Hello everybody and a very warm welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. In case you've forgotten, where's he been? Who's that guy? I've been away on holiday, but I am back, and I feel like I've sort of remembered what I'm supposed to be doing over the course of Wake Up Call. And we are here for the next 3 hours, of course 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, and we're bringing you over the course of this next 3 hours actually quite a lot. We're going to be delving into the softer side of life. We've also got a little sneak sort of impromptu little half hour up our sleeves as well, plus we're going to be chatting more with Sandra Rushton from Sanntangle. By the way, if you have been loving all of our products, which you'll see on the Shop the Day category at our website, if you've already been buying, great for you. If you haven't, not great for you, because stock levels are, well, low, because so many of you have been shopping. Sandra's supposed to be with us this evening from 6 p.m. I would be surprised if she's still here, to be honest with you, with how busy it has been. All of that to look forward to. Also worth bearing in mind that this weekend is Sarah's birthday. Oh yes, it is. Yes, woo, yeah, woo. Thank you, Rent a Crowd. It is. Thank you, Tom Jones. Did you just say? Oh yeah, it's. What was I saying? It was Sarah's birthday. Sarah's birthday. So we're celebrating across this weekend by popping into your bar squares. If you spend £20 or $20, one of these bad boys. So everyone who spends £20 or $20 will get one of our travel cups. And of course, if you keep shopping over the course of the weekend, I assume that the more you shop, the more travel cups you will get. So that is a great thing for you if you are shopping with us. Also, if you love Sarah Signature Collections, which you know lots of you do, 25% off. And if you're wondering, why is it 25%? Because that is, of course, how old Sarah is going to be tomorrow on her official birthday. She might be just a little bit older, but not much. All of that to look forward to. It's Fiver Friday, of course, as well. Check out the website for more details on that, but lots of £5 deals across the web. So, 3 hours to look forward to, kicking things off with the softer side of life, and across the other side of the studio, one of my absolute faves, looking very florally, the lovely Becky Sworn. Where's your crown today, by the way? Last time we spoke, you were going to be wearing a crown every day.
Brent has pinched my crown.
Brent?
Which is a bit rude. So I'm having to make do with this today. Unfortunately, I need more crowns. Yeah. That's what I reckon.
But you're looking very of the season, very lovely.
Thank you.
And lots to look forward to with you coming up, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we've got our builder block, which is a Rob Peter to pay Paul that we've got today. We've got some patchwork dies, and because it's Earth Day, I thought about doing something that was sort of recyclable. So what I'm actually going to be doing is making some reusable makeup wipes using some of our patchwork dies and an old towel. My one's new, but it's a way of you using up your old towels and making something that's recyclable.
Wow.
I know.
I am intrigued.
You should be.
Reusable makeup wipes and old towels.
Yeah.
I did not expect that, but something to look forward to, right? You'll stay tuned for that. Just worth bearing in mind as well before we get started, just to prove how busy today has been, if you were thinking about getting the little Baxter Bear deal that we've got, so the Builder Buddies, that set has disappeared. Don't scream and shout, but that is now sold out. It's gone. It's disappeared. Also, worth bearing in mind that if you're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, so we've got some lovely fabrics. Well, we did have. We sold out a lot of the fabric before we started the show. Well, the fabric that we've got left is going to disappear. So this is the Mini Heart Floral Pink on Cream, and this is, so the 20% saving, limited stock. Oh, you've missed these, haven't you? There's green on the screen, which means it soon won't be seen.
Sorry, it's been such a long time since I've worked with you. I've forgotten all the little phrases I've got to come up with. I'm sorry. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, it's no biggie. So get that. That limited stock, by the way, means we've got less than 10% of the stock remaining. And then the others that we had some beautiful fabrics for you earlier. Well, we had 4. There's no point me showing you them, because don't scream and shout. These have now
sold out.
Yay! Woo! They've gone. So well done if you got your hands on those. If you do on the remaining fabric that we've got, go swiftly because it will disappear. Few quick hellos. Loads of you already in watching. Sarah is in saying hello, everyone from Melbourne, sending hugs to Becky and Ben, all the gang behind the scenes. It's George Squared in the gallery today, running the Good Ship Craft. They go whoop whoop. Lisa says hello from Minnesota, wishing everyone a good day. Carletta Morris says hello. Hello to Patty from Michigan. Nee Connie says New Jersey is sunny today. Hello to the entire team. A little birdie told me that Ben is back. Yay! Welcome back. Hello Becky. Hello to my fellow crafty conspirators. Olga says hello all from Brooklyn, New York. And Rosalind says hello from Maryland Soft Crafters. And our Rachel says I'm sure that Brent looks fabulous in his crown.
Better than I did in the crown, which is possibly not really what I wanted to see. So that's why I need another crown.
Yeah, I can't believe that actually, because you look so fabulous in your crown. As fabulous as Brent looks, I think you must be the chief crown wearer.
Thank you.
We'll get it back off him. Oh, hang on a minute. Georgina's just said to me she's forgotten the Lucky Dip. Lucky Dips? Oh, yeah, we've got Lucky Dips on the show.
Woohoo! And they are definitely worth having.
Are they?
Yes.
Ah.
I think so.
No, I know they are. They are. Right, so the £1 Lucky Dip, which is 80p or 80 cents if you're platinum. So you've got all of your Gussaman threads in here. And I didn't realise, because I've come back in today after about a year off, so I'm a little bit all over the place. I looked in here and I thought, oh, that's handy. You've got lots of different colour threads in here. But for 80p or 80 cents, do you get 2? No. Do you get 3? No. 4.
Wow.
I mean, I would say that's pretty good value for money, right?
They're around about £2 each, normally. Right.
So,
each one.
So potentially £8 there?
Yeah.
For 80p or 80 cents?
Definitely worth doing, yeah.
What I will say to you is, if you dip more than once, you could potentially get duplicates. However, at that sort of price, it doesn't really matter, because you always need thread, don't you?
Yeah. You do, absolutely. I mean, I must use that, and I always use that thread when I'm here.
Yeah.
And if I definitely want plenty of thread.
It's not just like, ye old cheapy shop thread. It's Gutterman thread, which is good quality, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So, what are you waiting for? Dip, 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 and dip again. Now, that's Lucky Dip bag 1, so you get 4 for £1, 80. I keep wanting to say $80. It's not. It's 80 pence or 80 cents. Imagine that. Now, that would be stupid. And also, we've got Lucky Dip bag number 2. Lucky Dip, Lucky Dip 2, £2, $2, £1.60, $1.60. And again, if you dip more than once, you could get duplicates. However, again, it's worth chancing your arm here, I think, because you may well get some of our multimedia dies. We've got a little snowman there, super cute. We've got more fabric in this Lucky Dip as well. So again, so many great deals to be had. I mean, rotary cutters, you could get that £1.60, $1.60. To me, that represents ridiculous value for money. What else have we got in here? You've got your quarters flexible curve. You've got pins potentially you could be getting. I mean, there's tons of stuff in here. What else have we got? Oh, more pins. We've got needles in here as well, knitting needles. I mean, there's tons. There's tons that you could be getting. Dip more than once, you could get duplicates, but it's worth going for, I think, particularly when you think, you could give these away as gifts. You could, potentially give these to your crafty friends. £1.60, $1.60 if you're platinum. Get going. Those are proving very popular. Now, it is time to show you our... How does this one go again?
Build a block of the week.
Was that an actual thing, or did you just make that up?
No, I made that up. I made it up.
I really like it.
Yeah.
So today's
Build a block of the week.
Oops, snorted. Is Rob Peter to pay Paul. The builder block system is incredible for the fact that if you want to be able to create all of these beautiful projects, but do you know what, you find it difficult perhaps using a rotary cutter, you don't like the faff again, builder blocks take that all out for you because they're going to give you precision every time, cutting through multiple layers for you, and also they're a time-saving system for you too. Just before we get Becky to chat around this particular builder block, I just want to point to you the price, because again, the saving here is phenomenal. £60 or $90 normally. You're saving £42, $62.97. The platinum price is £14.39 or $21.58. The builder block range as a whole, I think a lot of people know about. But Becky, for people perhaps who are watching this for the first time, soft crafters, haven't heard about the builder block, what is it in essence, and what is this set all about?
So these are a really sort of deep multimedia dies. You'll be able to pop them through with your fabric into your die cutting machine and cut multiple layers of fabric. Now that's super exciting,
yes,
in many ways, but particularly when it comes to curves, because curves are really, really tricky to cut with a rotary cutter or cut by scissors, which is what my mum always does, which I think is madness. You're never going to get well, you will. It's difficult to get a really nice smooth curve, and you want to match up these curves exactly so they look correct. So being able to use the builder block system, that means it takes away all that guesswork, and it means you can get started on something really exciting. Now, I always felt that these kind of blocks that had curves in become quite difficult, and they were something that I didn't really want to make because they are tricky to match up. But this opens up a sort of wealth of opportunities, because you can start making designs that you, perhaps in the past you thought I'll never be able to do.
Yeah.
And we take you through all the steps in putting them together. So when you get your box, they come in these fantastic little boxes, little designs here. Then you open it up and you'll see you've got this little roadmap, as it were, which tells you what sizes and what names of all the things in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the biggest dies. So I'm going to use this one here, which is the inverted square, and I'm going to use the largest curved border here. And those are the only two pieces, the only two shapes we actually use for making this particular block. So when you get your booklet, you'll see in here, it gives you all the information about how to put it all together, and how your grain line is forming. Now, that's particularly important when you've got curves, that you want to cut your fabric along the straight or at an angle, depending on the shape that you've got. And you'll see with the different builder blocks, you'll get different ideas of how you've got to lay out your shapes. But with this particular one, you've only got two different shapes in here, so it makes it nice and easy. And we use a 1/4 inch seam allowance throughout, and it will show you in here the different designs that you can use just by using these two shapes, which I always think is quite extraordinary, that you can make so many different patterns, so many different designs just by using a couple of little shapes. And it will tell you how many of each shape you need to cut out. Say, for example, you wanted to make this one, the more traditional Rob Peters Play Pool design. For a 12-inch block, you're going to need 36 of these, and you're going to need 9 of these. Now, that's quite an undertaking if you're going to be cutting them by hand. Obviously, it would take forever. And that's sort of why I think, I'd be inclined to go, I'm not going to make that one, I'm going to make something that's easier. But obviously, when you're using your die cutting machine, you can put up to 8 layers of fabric on here, run it through your machine, and you'll be done in next to no time. You can start putting it together, which is the exciting bit, the bit everyone wants to do. So you can see here, you've got more designs that you can do just with these different, these two different shapes, obviously using them in different configurations with sizes, but they can look so different. If you look at this one here in comparison, this beaded ribbon, in comparison to the Rob Peters Play Pool, they look really, really different, and that can sort of open up lots of different ideas for you with colours and patterns of fabrics. So we're going to get started and start running them through the machine. So I'm going to be using the largest shape, so the inverted square and also the curved border. So effectively, when you look at them like this, you'll think actually they're not going to work together. But that's because we've taken into account our 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Gotcha.
So that's already, you don't have to worry about that. You know that when you cut out your fabric and you run it through your machine using your 1/4 inch seam allowance, everything's going to work. So I'm going to actually use my fabric plates here. So I start with my clear plate. I'm going to use my metal fabric plate, and then I'm going to pop my fabric on here. So I've got 4 layers of this one here, and then this one, I'm just going to do 2, I think, here. Let's give that a bit of a trim. It's a little bit too big. So these are the beautiful fabrics that we no longer have in
sold out,
stock.
I didn't really want to mention them, just sort of rub salt in the wound.
Do you know, it's whatever fabric I choose to do my demos on, it always sells out.
Yeah.
It's almost like I know. I look at the fabric and think, which one do I like using? And I end up being using that one that everyone else likes as well. So run it through your machine. And that's going to cut out very easily all these different layers, because we're only using sort of normal quilting cotton. Obviously, if you're going to be popping that through the machine and you're going to be using something thicker, you're going to be using like a denim or something like that, you'll need to use less of the
That was the most
layers.
satisfying noise I've ever heard from a Gemini. I know it normally makes a bit of a sound, but that sounded like somebody like...
That was me cracking my shoulders.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought you were a bit hunched over to start. Oh, it was just you. Oh, I see. I understand.
Yeah, that was
It
just me. That was just me. So put those to one side. So they've cut out, and then we're going to start by sewing these together. So first of all, I'm going to give them a bit of a quick iron, just so we can make sure that they're nice and flat. Now what we have to do with these, we need to find the centre points to put things together. So once I've given these an iron, I'm going to fold them over like so, just here, and then also on this side, and I'm going to give them a little bit of a mark. Now what I'm using this time, I'm going to be using some of our textile glue to put these curves together. So you can do these by using pins, but actually using the textile glue is actually quite useful to do.
That is on the website if you want to find it. It's not on the shop the day page. I know I was going to ask you as well. So the multimedia dies. How many layers do we say that they cut up to?
Well, we say 6.
Yeah.
8 is with this kind of fabric is easy, but I've done 10 before.
Have you?
Yeah. So it's I would give it a play and see what works for you.
Yeah.
But this kind of fabric, this is like really good quality, quite fine cotton.
Yeah.
It cuts through that very, very simply, very easily. Okay. So I'm going to use my pen. So I'm just going to fold this over to find my centre points, like so. I'm just going to mark it with my heat erasable pen. Do you know, I was making up some of this before, and I was marking on each side, each corner, and with my heat erasable pen, and then I kept taking it to my iron to iron everything out. I kept thinking, why are my markings disappearing? That'll be the reason, because I'm using...
heat erasable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took quite a long time for me to work out what was going on. Doesn't take much, does it?
So Rachel's our social superstar today, and she just messaged me saying, "I'm hungry. The yellow fabric looks like bananas." I mean, that is hunger, that isn't it? Seriously, if you're looking at it's lovely fabric, but if you're looking at that and getting hungry.
I think they look like sweets, don't they? In these kind of bright colours, those kind of like. Yeah, lemon sherbets or like
the banana sweets.
Fizzy kind of sweets.
Oh yeah, the fizzy ones.
Yeah, that's what I think. So we've marked here at the centre point, and we've marked here on the centre point as well. Actually, I need to mark it just on the wrong side down here. Now I'm going to put a little bit of my textile glue. I'm just going to run the textile glue from this end over to here, and I'm going to stick that together, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side afterwards. But before I put everything together, I'm going to put a pin in there once I put the first lot of glue down. So you can obviously do this in the normal way with your pins, but actually I found this was really useful and much easier with these sort of large curves to use a little bit of this textile glue.
Whilst you're gluing, a lot of people are saying how much they love your top, by the way. Shadaj is saying, "I love your top, Becky."
Oh, it's a dress actually.
Yeah.
It's new.
Did you make it?
No.
Oh.
No, I didn't. I had this idea that I was going to make all my clothes last year, and it just didn't happen.
You said you were going to make me a shirt as well before I went away on holiday.
No, you said I was going to make you a shirt.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you...
Look, I've got Brent's jeans to repair.
You got what?
I've got to repair Brent's jeans to alter, repair.
What?
And I've also got a repair to do on one of Joe's shirts. So, you know.
What repairs are they?
One of the buttons has come off.
Off Joe's shirt? Or
No, Joe's shirt's got a little rip in it.
Right.
And Brent's jeans, they're losing their button.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I like to help. So
Yeah.
I've glued across
Now I know
here.
you're doing repairs. I've got a few items. I'll bring them in next week.
Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. So I've put my pin in here, and then I've got glue running up this side. So I'm going to take these two ends here, and I'm going to place them together. Now you'll see that they don't quite match up, and that's okay because we've got this little sort of dog ear here. That's fine because that's going to be under our seam allowance. And so I'm just going to give it a little press. And so that is we're just going to ease these two pieces of fabric across, and we're just going to stick them together. So we're going to stick them along this curve. So it just is a little bit fiddly when you first start, but you'll see you get these beautiful curves, and then it makes it a lot easier for when you come to sew these together. So.
Just to say as well, Shadai says, what is the price for these dies? This is madness. It is madness. What you're seeing on the screen is correct. Seeing is believing. I think it's a 70% saving. It's whatever it is, it's certainly ridiculous. £14 and change, £21.58. And hi to Gilmore, who says, who is on my screen? Who is that? So strange. Maybe I'm in an alternate universe, but I think I can see Ben. Is this real, or is it just a dream? More like a nightmare.
Isn't that a song? Is this the real life? Is it just fantasy?
Caught in a landslide or escape from reality. What is that? I was taking out the box. Is that Bohemian Rhapsody?
I think, no, is it? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
One part of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Done very badly. This surely is a Ben clone, says Gilmore. All right, Gilmore's written an essay here. Surely, before he fully replicates, it will be time for another holiday. Lol. Love you, Ben, but you are not getting off that easy. It just all happened in a long... Because never mind. You can start calling me hashtag part-timer again.
You've had your holidays now, so when we all go on holiday, we can all lord it over you that we're away and you're still here. So, you get your comeuppance at some point, won't you?
I've still got more holidays to take, bear in mind. That's not my holiday.
I can't believe that's the case.
I've only had 2 weeks off, so I will have more holidays to take, but I'll obviously leave it a bit further down the line.
Thank goodness. So you can see now I've glued that all together, and it comes into this really nice curve, so you can see that's all working. So now I'm going to run that through the sewing machine. Now if I was using pins, you'd obviously have lots and lots of pins all here holding it all together. And sometimes if you don't have as good manual dexterity as other people do, you can find that to be quite difficult. So this is quite a good way of putting everything together so you can sew it. You can obviously glue all these pieces, so you start with, you do the opposite sides when you're putting it together. You could glue them all together and then go to do your sewing machine afterwards. You don't have to do them all immediately, but it is quite a cool way of putting this block together. So I'm going to sew it with my normal 1/4 inch seam allowance.
Just a question as well about the glue. Rosalind wants to know, Becky, does that glue dry clear? Does it flake?
No, it doesn't flake, and in fact, if I get any on my hands, it comes off a little bit like wood PVA. It feels a little bit like that, but a little bit stickier. So yes, it dries completely clear. It's machine washable, and actually, I've got some that I've already glued. You can see, I'll sort of move it around so you can see how sort of rigid it is after it's dried, and it hasn't been washed. But it's really worthwhile having for if you're going to be using felt or things like that, or any kind of sort of sticking, if you don't want to. Hold on a minute.
That's all right.
I'm having a bit of a problem with the sewing machine.
Having a bit of a moment. Just another question whilst you're, maybe I'll ask you in a minute. Sorry, no, I'll ask you then. Sorry, I just didn't know how much of a problem it was, whatever you were doing.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
I'll just...
A couple more comments coming through. Sorry, if you're wondering as well why I'm fiddling with the travel cups, we're giving these away practically. So I was just fiddling with the top of it. Spend £20, $20 over the course of the weekend. You could get this one or that one with all orders, right? So if you place a few orders, you might get that one and then get that one again if it's over 20, or you might get that one and that one. I mean, who knows? You could get that one twice or that one twice. I mean, or 3 times. You can. I mean, 1, 2. I mean, however you want to do it. All orders over £20, $20, or €20 will get a free travel cup thrown in. Good morning, everyone from Montana, says Mary Pat 1000 on YouTube. Welcome back, Ben. Thank you. I have missed you. Today is a fantastic day with the return of our dear Ben. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It's always lovely to come back. as I say, felt like a bit of a new boy starting a new school today, but the guys have welcomed me back with open arms and have been nothing but lovely to me over the course of the last few hours. Well, mostly lovely. Whilst you're sewing, question from Anne about the glue. Another question. Does the glue gunk up your needle?
No. It doesn't. It doesn't. So it's been formulated so it doesn't, it's not going to gunk up your needle at all.
Horrible sentence.
Gunk up, yeah. It doesn't. It works really well. And there is always that sort of worry when you're using adhesives and you're using, you know, your sewing machine. Are you going to ruin it? But I've been using this for a few weeks now, and my sewing machine is absolutely fine. There's no issue with it at all. So yeah.
Good. Keep the questions coming through. Anything you want to ask, anything you want to know, then please do ask those questions. And Gilmore on YouTube is saying, yes, Rachel, it does look like bananas. I remember what we're talking about now. The
flying saucers. These two colours. That's what they remind me of.
Flying saucers.
Flying saucers.
Do you know what? Talking about sweets, and I did look for them whilst I was on holiday. Do you remember when when you used to be able to go abroad? When you used to go abroad as a kid, you used to be able to get those sweets. They used to like.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the ones?
Yeah.
You'd have like 12 or 14 of them, just like strung out like that, and you'd tear them off. Always used to buy those when you used to go abroad. Never used to be able to find them in the UK. Looked all over Cyprus for them, couldn't find them anywhere. I don't know if it was like a 80s or 90s thing. We used to love those sweets. Used to have little cartoon characters' faces on and stuff. Yeah,
I remember having those. I remember they used to do ones that looked like cherries as well.
Yes.
In there. Yeah. I haven't seen those for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know if they still do. Maybe they do them in the US. I don't think they do them here. I tell you what I did buy when we went to the shops over there, which I hadn't seen in ages. You know the Builder burgers. I know we're doing Builder blocks here. Remember the trolley Builder burgers that you could get?
Like a sweet, burgers. Like a gummy sweet kind of thing.
Oh my gosh! Literally the best thing ever. Like, and it was like the XL one, and it comes in like a box that sort of size, and you've got your little burger with like the gummy layers of beef and the lettuce and the cheese. Oh, it's in the element. In the element. Yeah, the pizza sweet boxes. Yeah, exactly the same as that. Exactly the same. Yeah.
Did you do any sort of exciting things? Any sort of sightseeing when you were on holiday?
Yeah, we hired a car for 3 days. So we went to a couple of the local beaches, which were really nice. But we also went to Aphrodite's Rock.
Oh.
Yeah, Aphrodite, goddess of love. And she's got this rock, right? And legend has it, you can let me know what you think. Legend has it, because I did it, you have to swim out a bit off the beach. I think it's called Aphrodite Beach, actually. So you swim out off the beach, swim out to this rock, and legend has it, and I did it, if you swim around the rock 3 times, you get, there were 3 things. One was luck, one was, I think, you'll find true love or something, still looking.
And the other one is a stitch from swimming around.
Yeah. No, the third one, which I was most excited about, and I'm sure you're now going to say, yes, it's true, eternal youth.
Oh, is that why you look so good? It's not because you've been on holiday?
Because I swam around Aphrodite's rock. Who just said you swam around it the wrong way? That was horrendous. Yeah, can you imagine? Went round clockwise instead of anti-clockwise. Now I'm going to look like I'm 80 when I'm every birthday next week. But yeah, so that was quite nice. I went to the local water park as well, which was fun. And I think we've sort of had this conversation that I remember water parks from back in the day and how I used to, you know, well, just dive down the slides basically. But now, as you get older, you sort of stand at the top of the slide, don't you? And you look down and you think, oh, I don't know if I really want to go down this now. And you turn around to go, and there's a queue of kids behind you thinking, oh, I've got to do it. I like the lazy river.
Yeah, me too.
That's the kind of thing, isn't it? If you get a bit older, the lazy river.
I think so. That's definitely where I'd want to be. We've been we went on holiday somewhere where they had one of these crazy, almost like a completely straight.
Oh, like a devil's drop.
Yeah. I mean, who would want to go on that? Not me, but
all the kids.
Yeah, the kids wanted to go on it, and I sat in the lazy river.
Just watching them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like the ones with the little ringos that you sit on, the inflatable seats. Those ones are fine, but any ones where you have to, I mean, come on, are you joking me?
Yeah, I'm too old for that. I like a log flume, and that's as far as it goes, but I don't like a roller coaster that goes upside down. So you can see how I'm putting that together. I'll give that a quick iron. so you can see as it's flattened out, how that looks. So you get a kind of square block when you finish this off. So you would put the other two sides on here. So it would look like this once it's finished, like so.
Beautiful.
And then if I start putting it together, I've done two down here. Look how fresh and lively that looks. So those would then go here. So we've got a couple of more pieces to put here and one on this side here. And you can see how effective that is. Now these curves would be something that would be really, really difficult to do if you didn't get to use a builder block. You wouldn't have everything matching up. You would find those curves are hard. But actually doing it this way, and I use the glue for all of these seams. So if I show you, it doesn't it doesn't feel like there's any glue in here. When I'm moving it around, it feels like it's just being stitched together.
Yeah.
So the glue is definitely something that's worth having when you want to do some curves, so you can make something like this. And this is just one of those designs from that particular builder block, which is Rob Peter to Pay Paul.
Yeah, and of course you get all of the explanation of all the different designs that you can create within your builder block, and they are absolutely brilliant. Give you all the instructions that you need to create, a variety of different patchwork blocks. You've got the time-saving element with these as well, and of course the fact that you can cut multiple layers, as we've heard. We talk about 4, 6 layers. Becky potentially done like 8, 10 layers. Try it out for yourself. But the point is time-saving. You get a precise cut. And of course, you've got the ability to make patchwork blocks from 6 up to 12 inches as well. And and if I just show you on the back there too, that just gives you a bit of an idea of some of the different designs that you can make from this builder block system on its own. Of course, if you've got any of the other builder blocks as well, that really does expand your kind of your creativity even more. Price is correct on this, by the way. Just a few of you saying, really, is that price true? It is. It is. $59.99 or $90 usually. Today it's a 70% saving. It's £14.39 platinum, $21.58 if you are shopping with us in the US, and that is why this is, and Becky, they really loved your Builder Block of the Week song, so I'm just leading up to this. So that price there on the screen is the platinum price. It's a brilliant price, and that's why this particular Rob Peter to Pay Paul Build Block is the
Builder Block of the Week.
I love that. Georgina's just gone, right, we've also got Save a Stitch on the show, i.e. get a move on. We have got the Save a Stitch deals. These are brilliant, and we do have for you your fabric coat. 3-pack of the fabric coat. Buy 2, get 1 free. £23.98, $31.92. I'm going to say this, first time I've seen fabric coat, but this is for making your projects waterproof, I guess?
Yeah, so I did some demonstrations with this last week actually, and you can use any kind of fabric. You just paint it on, you leave it for 20 minutes and you paint it on again, leave it for another 20 minutes, third coat, and then leave it for 24 hours and then give it an iron, and that sort of seals it. So any kind of fabric, perhaps you've got some really nice tablecloth and you want to make some waterproof tablecloths to go on there, or waterproof seat covers to go out in the garden or something like that, and you can't find the exact kind of oilcloth or waterproof fabric that you want to use. So you can use any kind of fabric on there, and that lasts a really long time. So you effectively sort of put it on and then sort of scrape off the excess just to allow it to soak in. But yeah, if you want to watch what I did with it last week, we did do a few demonstrations on that, and I do have, somebody was asking whether you could sort of seal somebody's signature on there, which I did do, and I just need to give it a wash in the washing machine, and then I will let you know how that came out.
Okay. Buy 2 get 1 free, $23.98, $31.92 for your fabric coat. Also, as part of our Save a Stitch, this is on a buy 2 get 1 free deal. We've got our cotton back cork fabric collection in the 3 different colours. So you've got your forest. You've also got, is that your Oxford? What's that called? Oxford blue. It is Oxford blue, and then you've also got here your dark chocolate. Nice and easy to be working with as well. And whenever I see these, I particularly think these are great for things like your bag making. You know, a great alternative perhaps if you didn't want to use things like leather, for example.
Yeah, and you know, making like little wallets and things like that, maybe sort of passport covers, that kind of thing, they work really well. They're a great alternative to leather, and they're a lot easier to work with because it's got a cotton back to it. It makes it nice and simple for it to go through your sewing machine, and it doesn't split.
Yeah. All three colours you're going to get there for just, again, £23.98 or $35.18. Buy two, get one free. Then on the show, we have got your quilting pattern guides. Again, really good deals to be had this afternoon. Buy two, get two free, your quilting pattern guides. And again, these are just brilliant, and particularly great as well if you're sort of, I suppose, just starting off in your sort of sewing adventures. The ability for you to be able to make a whole host of different designs. So from your orange peels to your apple cores, your circles, and your clamshells in here as well, in different sizes too. So it's a half price deal basically. You should be paying £75.96, almost $100. Platinum members £30.38, $39.92. And again with these, literally using these in conjunction with your machine, and it's more like a freehand way of
You'll need to swap your sewing machine foot to a free motion machine embroidery foot, which looks like it's got like a little circle on it, and basically that circle sort of hugs around the edge of those shapes in there, and you'll see down the left hand side of the packaging you can see lots of different designs that you can make there. So once you know, you might look at those things and think, oh, they look like sort of odd shaped mushrooms, I don't quite know how they're going to work out. There's lots of different options you can do with these, and actually they do look like strange mushrooms, don't they?
They do,
and it really does sort of you know, you could do a very simple quilt just with coloured squares, for example. Then once you quilt it and you're using something like this, you know, historically these kind of designs would have been really difficult to do without like a long arm machine embroidery, a quilting machine. But this is going to allow you to be able to do these kind of quilting techniques on your normal sewing machine.
And again, allowing you to make in 2, 3 and 4 inch sizes too. And like Becky said, it's hard to show on camera, but it shows you just down the side here the different designs that you've got the ability to make. Half price deal pretty much, as I've said. If you want to pick those up, £30.38, $39.92. Nesting dies next up. And you know what, whilst you know, nesting dies always brilliant, you know, for your paper craft, great of course for your soft craft as well. And I think well, with both of these potentially, you could be using these in your soft craft also. We've got your circles, and then we've also got the nesting flowers as well. This is a 60% set. Look at that price! £52, $80, £16 or $24 if you are a platinum member. And as I was saying, Becky, you know, with paper crafts, obviously nesting dies are very handy to have. Same with your soft craft, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, doing little sort of spots on things you could do really easily. I think Leanne did a demonstration using those circular nesting dies and made an ear piece. What do you call them?
Oh,
they're like your earphones, an earphones holder. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh,
so you do one of those.
To go around the big earphones?
No, when you take your earphones out, you know, if you've got your, you know,
right.
iPods or similar kind of thing, and you put the little bag, making it that out there. And that was really lovely with a little zip inside. So that was a really good idea of using those in a different kind of way. But obviously, often you'd use those as a kind of an applique thing. Yeah. But yeah, they're going to be really, really useful for you. And as you say, you could definitely use those in your paper crafting as well.
As far as your flowers are concerned, approximate size from 5 1/4 down to 1.1 inches, and then with your circles, the smallest one you've got is an inch up to 5 inches, and again in total there 9, 6, 15. It says 12 there, 6 and 9. It's definitely 15. 15 dies in total. £16, $24 is the deal on those, and then let's just rattle through these. Your multimedia dies, these are all individuals, okay, and again the prices are just phenomenal. Super cute these for adding little details to your projects. You know, great for, well, as we're seeing here with the little, the Daisy multimedia panel, adding little sort of applique elements onto your clothes, onto your bags as well. I'll show you all of these because you're getting 60% off the Daisy, $3.55 or $5.02. Next up here, you've got those beautiful chevrons. We'll get the details up for you on the screen. Okay, $2.96 or $4.42. Next, we're going retro. Again, deal on that, amazing. $2.96, $4.42. They are retro. Got the Georges in the gallery, giving it large. Then you've got your flower multimedia die, $3.55 or $5.02. And then last but by no means least, the decorative ellipse, $2.96 or $5.02. Right, and then finally, oh no, I can do whatever you want me to do, George. I remember from when I was here last time, you tell me exactly what you want me to do, and then I do it. Although I haven't got ready what you wanted me to show everybody. The patchwork dies. Yeah, I think we do the... Oh no, I've got them here. It's up to you. I've got them in my hands. Thank you. I'll show them. No, but you just said, do you want to see a picture? I'll do whatever you want me to do. Do you want me to show... Do you want me to... Are we showing them or are we doing a picture? What do you want, Becky? Shall I show them? We'll show them. We'll show them. The Patchwork die collection. So you're going to get, in fact, so this is just one of them. We can show you on a picture here, actually, all the different designs that you're going to get. So you've got orange peel, apple core, and I'll show you them live in the studio as well in just a second, because I'm treating you today. And you're going to get the clamshells as well. £56, $60.80. So you've got, this one reminds me a little bit, the old jewel there, the old Superman logo on the front of the costume. I think that's something that I should be wearing today for the great job that I'm currently doing. Right, George? Thank you. You've also got in here all of these other designs for you as well. Let's chat to the professional over the other side of the studio, though, Becky, about this collection. £56, $60.80. And again, with these, as with the builder block and a lot of the multimedia dies that we do, surely these just make life so much easier for you, don't they?
Absolutely, hugely. I mean, and it means that you can get started on making something really quickly. So this is using the apple core. So if we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we've done pretty much. There's 4 different pieces of fabric in there, and 8 different shapes that we've cut out. So that would be 4 times running that through your Gemini machine. So 18 seconds per pass in your Gemini machine. So in less than in a minute, you've cut out all of those things you need to make for that. So it makes everything really, really simple. And obviously you do have the eradication of error. So this is eradication of error.
Eradication of error.
So this one is the clamshell, which I think is just so very beautiful. It's a really lovely shape. Again, really simple for you to do. So they're just the type of things that you can do with these designs. Now this is actually the jewel, but the way it's being put together, it makes it look like it's hearts. So you can see that, you've got little hearts there, and that's just by putting the jewel together. And then we've got the elongated hexagon, which is this one here, which looks really effective. And this is the one that I'm going to be using now, but you can see how quick and easy it is to use. So we run them through our Gemini machine in exactly the same way as we used for the builder block system before. Now what I thought I would do is make these wipes. So it's World Earth Day today.
It is Earth Day.
And one of the things is about being recycling and trying to sort of minimise our waste. And one of the things we all wear quite a lot of makeup here, don't we?
I don't.
Not today, you don't.
Not today, I don't.
You're au naturel.
But on a normal day.
On a normal day.
I'm slathering it on.
And you throw away wipes, and it makes a mess. So I've been making washable wipes, or machine washable wipes, and I was going to be using an old towel, but I didn't actually use a brand new one. But obviously, to recycle, you could use some old scraps of fabric. You can use an old towel. It doesn't matter if it's stained, because it's going to be covered in makeup anyway. And then you can make these wipes and then just shove them in the washing machine when you finish with them, and you don't have to throw them away. So you're not going to be buying those cotton buds or those makeup wipes and flushing those down the toilet, and they're clogging everything up. So it's a way of making things a little bit sort of more recyclable and reusable. So the way I did these is I cut out using this size of the hexagon, and I cut out my piece of fabric like so, and then I also ran this is quite a fluffy towel. Now I found that 2 of these, because they're quite thick, running through the machine were okay, but you could cut about 8 of these here. But this is a great way of using scraps, and actually my daughter, when she saw them being made, she was like, oh, you can make me some of these, which is pretty much what she generally says to me anyway. But I just thought it would be quite a nice thing to make these for sort of teenagers, so they can sort of be a little bit more eco-friendly. Yeah. And I actually sort of put everything else together, all the other smaller shapes I'd cut out, to make a little bag to put them into. So I'll show you how I'll do those in a moment. So the way of putting these is we just put the right sides together, and then we're going to stitch all the way around the outside. We're just going to leave a little bit of a gap here and then turn them through. So that's how we're going to be doing that one. But what I'm going to do is also show you how to sew these together to make a piece of fabric, a piece of patchwork. So I've got a piece that I've already done here. So you can see what that looks like when it's all sewn together. Now this is where you've got these kind of shapes, where you've got a hexagon, you're relying on a Y seam. So a Y seam, this is effectively a Y shape that you've got down here and down here. Yeah. So this is the way you would stitch together these kind of shapes and make sure they're all nice and flat. So what we start off with is our pieces that we sew together. Not that piece, it's not right, but we sew them right sides together first of all, and we sew them in a couple of strips. And then once we've done that, we want to sew across these seams. Now the key thing for us to do is to what we want to do is mark 1/4 of an inch of a gap at the top and the bottom, and that's where we start and finish our stitching, because then that means that we've got 1/4 of an inch gap here of our fabric, which will allow the seam for the shapes above to sort of slot in. Yeah. Otherwise, if you stitch all the way up here, you've got sort of no kind of give around here. So I'm going to mark on a couple of these, just 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to do it at the top here, because I'll need them for that part here, and then down on this side, it's 1/4 of an inch, and down over here as well. So I'm using my heat erasable pens, and I'm going to do exactly the same on this one here. And when I start sewing them together, you will see what I mean. So across here.
Just to answer Patricia's question as well about the glue you were using earlier on, that is our glue, and it is available for you on the website. I think it's just called fabric glue, isn't it?
It's called textile glue.
Textile glue.
Yeah.
If you search for that, Patricia.
There is a felt glue as well. Yeah. But this one that I'm using is fabric glue. Okay. Textile glue.
Mary Pat says, I'm awaiting the arrival of my fabric coat and I'm excited to play with it. Good time to get all those items into your basket right now as well. And we are just checking the glues, making sure that we've got them in stock. You can always, of course, go to our website, whether you're shopping at .com.co.uk.eu, handy little search bar at the top of the website, just type in whatever it is you're looking for, and if it's there, you can grab it. If it isn't, you can be notified when the item comes back in stock, which I think is very handy, so you're not always having to keep coming back to the website to see. You'll get a little notification on your email once the item that you're looking for is back in stock.
So I'm just going to sew 3 of these together so you can see how they are. So I'm just going back and forth a couple of times at the beginning and end, and I'm not sewing all the way to the bottom. I'm just sewing up to that little mark that I've made, which is about 1/4 of an inch. So you can see how that looks like that. Now if I take my piece I've already done, which is this one here, what I want to do is I want to fit these together here. Yeah. So I'm going to start, I want to attach this seam to this seam. Now if you popped everything like this together, you know, like almost right sides together, and then you sewed it together, you'd end up with these kind of points coming up, because this doesn't sit together properly. So this is why we have to do these sort of Y seams. When you first sort of look at your your piece of fabric, you sort of think, oh yeah, that goes together. But then when you actually come to stitch it together, you're like, oh no, that's not going to quite work. So we want to sew this seam here to this one here. So we're going to start off, and we are going to match up here, like so. And we're going to sew across here 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to use my pin here.
The textile glue is in stock. We just found out, Patricia. We've looked for you. You are welcome, so you can grab that. And Chris Humbug Atkinson on Facebook says, do the Builderbot dies work in other machines? I think all our dies will work in other machines, of course, depending on the size of what your machine is, of course. But yeah, you don't have to necessarily have one of our Geminis to be able to use them. But we hope that you do, because obviously we think they're the best.
So we've put, and we also know how many layers of fabric it will go through. Obviously that will vary depending on the machine you're using. So we've done this first piece here. Now we're going to fold this over, and we're going to match up these seams here, like that, and put a pin in it. I'm going to sew that like so. Like so.
Sew that like so.
That's terrible. That's a really rubbish joke, isn't it? Never mind. So we just continue to sew everything around like that, and you can see how that's starting to fit together. So at each little piece that you stitch, you then you don't sew to the very end, and you pick it up and you match up the seams, and then you sew across again. And so once you get started on this, it becomes quite a sort of therapeutic and quite a simple way of sewing this. Now what I did do is, when I was putting this together, I'd marked all my my points with my 1/4 inch seam allowance, and each time I sewed one piece, I gave it an iron, and then I'd realised that I'd ironed away my marks. So that's how you do it. So that's how you start building up your little your shapes. So what I thought I would do is I would quickly make a little bag to go for your machine washable wipes. So I've already sewn 1/2 of the bag. So I've got my my sort of outside piece. Now this is going to be my top piece. I'm going to run a piece of, make it into a drawstring, and then this is going to be the lining on the inside. So I'm going to do exactly the same with this piece here. Now what I have done is, on the edge, I've just sort of folded over 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then stitched that so it's nice and smooth. Now what you will notice is you've got these sort of jagged edges here. I'm not going to worry too much about that, because when I stitch everything together, I'm going to sew along the line, so just where everything meets, and then I'm going to trim it all off afterwards. So doing this is a quick way without a pattern. So I'm going to put right sides together, like so, and then stitch along. And then just stitch all the way across. So that's the first part here. And then the other bit, which I've thrown on the floor, in a temper.
A temper? I can't imagine you. I can't imagine you in a temper. Right
sides together. Give it a couple of pins. So it's, like you said, it was typical that I used all the fabric that we now no longer have.
Yeah, I think...
But it was such a bargain, wasn't it? I'm not surprised there isn't any left.
It always happens, doesn't it? If you followed this show for many a year, you'll know, well, A, the fabric tends to disappear very quickly, and 9 times out of 10, you'll get a demo ready. It's the same though, isn't it, with our guys who do the paper craft. You guarantee the one die which sells out with the die that they've got their demo.
Always. So give it a quick iron, just to make sure everything is nice and flat before I put it all together.
Do you like your little ironing board as well?
Pardon?
I do like your little ironing board that you've got.
I'm not doing your ironing, Ben.
No.
I'm just telling you now.
Okay. Thankfully, it's one of the things I'm allowed to do in our household. It's, I don't mind ironing, actually. I quite enjoy it. find it quite a therapeutic thing to do.
You see, my husband says that. He says, I quite like doing the ironing. I said, oh, good, you can do it all now. Well, I don't think I like it that much.
The trick is to do it as you go, not like, I remember when my mum used to do the ironing, it was on a Sunday evening when like Songs of Praise or something had just started, and she'd come into the lounge like huffing and puffing with like a massive basket of like the week's worth of ironing. I think if you iron as you go.
Yeah, but that means you've got the ironing board out all the time, doesn't it? But I always do have the ironing board out all the time because I'm always sewing something.
Yeah.
And you know, there is always. My mum always says it's like a Chinese laundry because she can say that because she's Chinese. But we always have, you know, 2 or 3 irons going if she's helping me make something.
Yeah. No, I do genuinely enjoy it. I was doing a lot of ironing yesterday, actually. I tell you, I was left to my own devices yesterday whilst, you know, call me Mr. Holiday. Laura and the kids, as soon as we got back from Cyprus on Wednesday, Thursday morning, they were out the door by about 10 o'clock, packed the bags, went down to Devon for a long weekend.
I can't believe they got away with that.
I know, seriously. It was a bit. I think it was a bit of a struggle for them when it comes to kind of the like the sort of underwear situation, you know, because we obviously had a lot to do as far as the laundry is concerned, but they had enough, I think, left over in substitute for the final few days. Left me with literally everything, all the unpacking, all the washing, all the ironing. I had to clean the house. I had to sort the cat out, sort the guinea pigs out. I had to make sure you mow the lawn, she said. By the time I get back, make sure you mow the lawn. I had to put all the stuff up in the attic, tidy it all. I mean, seriously, I was non-stop yesterday. I didn't sit down until about 6 o'clock yesterday evening. I feel like George, I need another week off after all of that.
I don't think anyone's got any sympathy, I have to be honest with you. No. We're all really jealous that you've been on holiday, I think. So I've just done a little mark here so I can see where the edge of that is when I'm stitching it. So I'm going to stitch all the way around this piece here. I'm not going to stitch this piece here because this is the middle, and I'm going to stitch down here, and I'm going to leave a gap at the end here so I can turn everything at the right side round. So again, I'm going to give that little bit of a mark here with my heat erasable pen. So hopefully I'll remember not to stitch around it. But I generally do forget and stitch around it.
Thank you to Rachel on the socials who says, you always need a holiday to get over the holiday.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
But you didn't get caught up in any, because lots of flights were cancelled and things, weren't they? You didn't.
No, we were lucky because we flew from Newcastle, and I think a lot of it was like the bigger airports, wasn't it, before we left? Yeah. And then we were a bit delayed when we got back because the airport, it was a good airport, Apple's airport, but I kind of feel that it's not quite big enough for the amount of flights which were going out, if you know what I mean. We were about 40 minutes late getting on because they only had about 6 sort of gates that you could go from. By the time we lined up to board, they were still hadn't boarded the flight before us, so it was very it was very slow. But I didn't mind that, you know, staying there for an extra 30, 40 minutes. But no, we were very lucky. Am I still in holiday mode? No, I am. I am still a little bit in holiday mode. It takes you time to get back into the swing of things, doesn't it? Have you got any holidays booked, Becky?
Yes. I'm going to Mallorca.
Oh, there you go.
So my in-laws have got a place there, so we go to Mallorca in the summer, and it's very nice.
When are you going there?
July.
For 2 weeks?
My husband's there for nearly 4, I think.
What?
But I'm there for a couple of weeks. Yeah, he manages to wangle quite a long holiday out there. But he drives with the dog and the children.
The dog drives as well?
Yeah, he takes his turn. Doesn't like driving in the night.
Ah, okay, I can understand that.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one does.
But I'm just going to trim this bit here while I'm talking about my dog driving. He drives with the kids, and I fly. Yeah, the dog drives.
Yeah, dog drives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He quite likes it. And they have they're actually taking my mum this year.
Is the car a Rover?
Oh dear.
Is the car a Rover? Or does he drive a Greyhound bus?
Anyway,
so what were you saying?
Can't think of any others. They're taking my mum this year, so my mum's going in the car. But I fly because I'm not stupid and I don't want to sit in the car for 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
So,
you're going to get there as quick as you can.
And actually, I get my holiday when they've all left and they leave me in the house and I'm on my own for a couple of days. That's my holiday yet.
Yes.
Yeah. I can go out with my friends and no, I don't have to cook anyone's dinner.
Nice part of the world as well, isn't it? And it's actually, what, 2.5 hours, is it? Probably not even that. To fly to
Yeah,
America.
it's really nice. We've got, you know, we've made sort of friends out there, and the kids, my kids are sort of grown up going there, so it's quite, it feels very safe.
Yeah.
And they have a nice time going out and sort of, you know, sort of seeing friends and everything. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point, actually, Anne. Isn't Mallorca an island?
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So what drives to like mainland Spain and then gets on a
Yeah, he drives.
ferry.
He drives, goes on the tunnel train thing.
down tunnel, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Drive down.
drives down to Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then gets the boat across, and it's a couple of days. He quite likes it. He feels it's like an adventure.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't. It's more of an adventure for me to wander around duty-free.
Well, but driving on the continent, I always think is quite a nice thing to do because the roads aren't like jammed up like they are in the UK. I've driven quite a bit in France. I always find like driving on the motorways there is quite enjoyable because you can just get where you want to go to
Yeah,
quickly rather than sitting on the M25 here.
I think you notice that particularly in London, how busy everything is and how slow it all is. It's all quite crazy. But yeah, it's quite. They enjoy doing it, and it means the dog can come on holiday with us. So
And practices
that
driving.
sounds good. Yeah, exactly. And he's not a bad driver.
No?
Right, so you can see I've got this here, and I've sort of turned it the right way round. Now I'm going to fold this all over. So this is my lining. So I'm going to fold that back in, and then you would then sort of stitch that little gap that you've opened up there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over like this, a bit more than that. And then I'm going to stitch around, this is the top piece.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to stitch around that. And then I can then run a piece of ribbon through here, and then it becomes a drawstring bag that you can put your makeup wipes. Makeup wipes inside. Yeah. So I'll just fold that in.
Rhonda just says, my holiday is when my hubby takes his yearly 10-day motorcycle trip.
Same sort of thing, you know,
Yeah.
it's a holiday when everyone goes out and leaves you to it.
Where does everyone go to on holiday? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to know where, because I always think, you know, if you're like a Brit, for example, like, you know, typical holiday destinations, things like, you know, Spain, Canary Islands, Portugal, those kind of places. What's like a typical holiday for someone who lives in the US, for example? Like, where's a typical destination?
Well, if you lived in somewhere like Hawaii, where would you go on holiday?
Yeah, exactly right.
You know, would you, lots of people come on holiday to, you know, to England and go to London, but, you know, I try and go somewhere else. You know, I live in London.
Thing, isn't it? When you think, no, but when you think of like a holiday is a relaxing thing, isn't it? So for us to think about going to Hawaii, but like you say, if you're Hawaiian, is your holiday then coming to England and doing all of the sightseeing? But then I don't think sightseeing holidays are relaxing holidays necessarily, are they?
No,
so,
I don't think they are.
Where do you go if you already live in somewhere like Hawaii? Or if you live in the Maldives, for example? Yeah. Where do you go on holiday then? You know?
Gosh, you can imagine, that'd be amazing. But wherever you go, you get sick of wherever you are, surely. You know, it's, a holiday is having a break from the norm, isn't it? Going somewhere a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stitch around here and stitch that together.
Oh, Rachel, the socialist has just said you could fabricate the inside and make it one for the used wipes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
I like
that idea.
Like that.
And then if you stitch everything together, nicely, and you sort of make a big effort to make sure all your seams are nice and tight and everything, you could then use this the bag to wash your dirty wipes in there as well. So you put the whole thing in. You know, a little bit like when people were making scrubs, in the last couple of years, they were making bags for the scrubs to go into, so you could wash the whole thing, weren't they? So that you could do something like that.
Patty says, Ben, I'm going to Disney World tomorrow.
Oh,
Amazing.
I'm jealous.
That's something I would love to do as well, is like do like a fly drive. To like a fly drive. So you fly over to, fly drive, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Good, isn't it? So you fly, it's quite self-explanatory. You get on a plane, right? You fly, right? You get to your destination, guess what you do? Drive. So you just fly drive. And then, so I would like to do like a fly drive, like Florida, and do, fly drive's a thing, Becky, isn't it?
It is, but I think it's
not a road trip, because if it's a road trip, you're just on the road, you wouldn't have to fly a bit, would you? It'd just be drive.
Yeah, I remember it being called a fly drive holiday. So
Maybe I'm just old.
I think it's possibly something, but we're older than George, and I think I remember it. So
makes me think how old I really am when I say stuff like that, and then people don't understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, fly drive to Florida I've always wanted to do. And Mary Pat says, my favourite holiday is going to Maui.
Oh,
Maui.
that'd be nice.
Yeah. Where is Maui?
Isn't that Hawaii?
Is that Hawaii?
Yeah.
Maui.
I'd like to go to Hawaii.
I went there on my honeymoon.
Oh, did you?
Oahu.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Oahu.
Oahu.
That's how you say it, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm sure that's what it's called.
I just felt that there was some joke coming. It was like that joke about Jamaica. Yeah, you know, my wife went to the Caribbean, Jamaica. No, she went of her own accord.
Ah, yes. Oh, what's that joke with? But wife's just been on. What is it? The one joke about Alaska.
I don't know.
But it's like, oh, Alaska. Oh, don't worry, I'll ask her myself. I can't think of the actual setup of the joke.
Oh, terrible jokes. It's like dad jokes, really, isn't it, that we're coming out with?
The best ones. Donna Sunshine on YouTube says, at the top of my bucket list is England, London. I would go to as much as I could over there. I mean, London is a great city, to be fair. Lots to do, lots to see. Not tropical weather, though, although it is quite warm in London, isn't it, these days?
It has been really hot. It's been really warm. I've managed to lose my little bit of thread. But anyway, it goes around like that. So you can, your little drawstring bag, and then you can put your all your makeup wipes in there that you've made. So very simply, just using your template, your die cut multimedia dies. So I've used the elongated hexagon ones for this one. I've used that size for the wipes, and then I've used the smallest side for the actual little bag. But there you can make something really quick and simple for you to give as a gift. Love it.
Absolutely beautiful. Again, hopefully, plenty of food for thought there, and hopefully you managed to get your hands on the fabric that we did have. So if you want to be able to recreate that demonstration, you can do £56 or $60 for that collection, which brings you your apple core, you've got your clamshells in there, your orange peel, and of course you've got the jewel in there too. Other items that you might want to pop into your basket from this particular show. Your fabric cutting plate for, I think, all of the machines, actually. Here is the Junior Selection, all with a 25% saving. £8.99 or $10.79 if you're a Platinum member and shopping in the US. We've got the Gemini cutting plates for your fabric, again, with a 25% saving. That's £14.99, $17.99 if you're shopping with us in the US. And then we've got the plates for the Pro as well. So the 12 by 18 cutting plates, only available here in the UK, but we've given you a 25% saving there too, £23.99 Platinum. And then also for the Pro, the 12 by 12 cutting plates, again with a 25% saving, UK only on those, £24.74, or Platinum members, you're under £20, £19.79. Is the price for the 12 by 12 plates. Lots of love for the bag, by the way. Ellen just saying that is so cute. Becky, Mary Pat saying yes, Hawaii. Maui is Hawaii. Most recent trip to Maui was 2 weeks in paradise. Of course, now I want to live there. And Patty Redden says my bucket list is going to Alaska. We then have been to all 50 states. Wow!
Wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
How long did that take? I really want to know. How long did that take you, Patty? All 50 states.
And what was your favourite?
What was your favourite? Let us know. Rank them from 1 to 50. Just give us your top 5. Top 5. And Janet says, we drive from Michigan to Florida, a 2-day drive. Keep those coming through. Really interested to know, particularly, as I say, for our US viewers, where you holiday to. Find that really interesting. And thank you so much to the lovely Becky. What a brilliant show. When are you back?
Next week.
Same time, same place?
Yep. Same bat channel. Yep.
Same time, same bat channel. Thanks to the lovely Becky. We've got so much to come, though, over the next hour and 50 minutes. Stay tuned. We've got a little bonus round coming up for you in just a few moments' time, which you'll have to stay tuned to find out more about. Plus, more from Sanntangle. Sandra is here. Let me just tell you, if there's anything that's caught your eye as far as the goodies are concerned on our Shop the Day page, make sure you grab them now, because we are so busy. And if you haven't yet seen them, I can guarantee that when Sandra is with us very shortly indeed, you will be purchasing. So we'll give you time to check out your baskets, and we will come back in just a few moments' time. And if you're looking for even more goodies to get your hands on, have a look at this.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Take all the hard work out of Patchwork with the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork system. This innovative collection of multimedia dies allows you to create patchwork blocks with ease and total accuracy. This set includes 18 dies to cut a range of shapes and sizes for patchwork or quilting projects. They can cut multiple layers of fabric at once. They include an accurate 1/4-inch seam allowance, plus all of your pieces are cut exactly the same size every time. Follow your own creative inspiration or look through the 20 patterns laid out in the guide. Not enough? There's an additional 60 patterns online. And right now, we have amazing offers on the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork system. Quick Buy, get yours now. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's Fabric Cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
That was the joke. I've just remembered it. That was the joke, wasn't it? Where's your mum from? Alaska. Don't worry, I'll ask her myself. That was the... Thank you, and good night. Welcome back. Indeed, if you have just joined us, a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. What a day we are having. It's been so busy, and actually, over the course of this show, we're having a bit of a little bit of everything, really. We've had a bit of softer side. We're going to be seeing more with Sandra from Sanntangle a little bit later on, and thought it might be quite nice over the course of the next sort of 20 minutes or so, just to have a look at some of the most popular items recently, because some of us haven't been here. You know, some of us haven't seen lots of the deals that we've had recently on Crafters TV. So I thought what we could do is bring you back some of the deals which were very popular last night on Cartload. Now, I watched a bit of the show with the lovely Craig and Lily, and well, with it being a cartload, sometimes you get mystery bags, sometimes you get lucky dips. They had all of that last night, so I thought, I had a word with Craig, can we get a few of them back on this show just to kind of show the people who missed out? And that's what we've done. £3, $3 lucky dip, £2.40, $2.40. You can dip, and then dip again, that's 4 times, without getting duplications. And let me just show you a few of the items which you might get, all right? Because obviously with a lucky dip, you could get the items I'm about to show you, you could get different ones. We've got, for example, the afternoon tea stamp set. So if you love to do your layering stamping, that is in there. What a deal that is. For £2.40, $2.40, you could be getting that one in your lucky dip. Next up, is the Dear Friend stamp set. Again, gorgeous. You've got the die in there as well to be able to cut out your image once you've coloured that in. That's another one that you might get. We've also got within this particular lucky dip, Double-sided dies. That creator card there is the stargazing. Double-sided patented technology for £2.40, $2.40 if you're platinum. You dip, you could get that. We've also got paper pads in our Lucky Dip bags as well. This one is the butterfly blush pad from Hunky Dory. As I say, this is a snapshot, a selection of the items which are in the Lucky Dip. You might get these, you might get something completely different. But what you will know with our Lucky Dips, whatever you get is an absolute bargain. It's an absolute steal. £3, $3, dip up to 4 times without getting duplications. I always say, I'll say it again, you might want to just dip more than that, because even if you do get duplications, it means you can work quicker, but it also means that you can then have little sneaky presents which you can give to friends and family members. Next up, we've got the mystery bags back from Cartload as well. These are brilliant. As always with our mystery bags, the value for money is off the chart at bomb.com. £50, $62, £25 is what you'll pay, or $25. Platinum members, £20 or $20. And I'll show you, if you were watching last night, these aren't a mystery anyway, are they not? So I'll show you exactly what you are going to get. From our Gemini Expressions collection, you've got your It's a Birthday die set. Really beautiful way to be able to build up that lovely set. It's nearly my birthday, by the way, just in case anyone wants to make me a card / send presents. When's my birthday? Thanks for asking, George. When is my birthday? It is a week tomorrow. Just give you a bit of time. Anyone wants to send any? 35, Michelle. God, I like Michelle in the first place, but I like her even more now. You can send cards to Ben Moseby, care of Crafters Companion, Durham. You've also got in here beautiful Ditzy Bloom die. You've got, oh my goodness, one of my favourite dies that we've done, the Floral Wolf. When these came out, they absolutely flew out of the door. Gorgeous detail. That one's in this mystery bag. All dies, of course. You've then got your triple easel flower in there as well. That's 10 dies in total. So 10, 12, 13, 18 dies you're going to be getting in total. All of those are just £20, $20. Proved very popular last night. If you like the look of it, grab that one. Mystery bag with the dies. We've also then got a mystery bag full of stamps. Once again, value for money here is amazing, because you'll see for yourself £52, $67 becomes £20, $20 if you are a platinum member. Wow, this is amazing. You've got your 24-piece set Distressed Harlequin collection. So again, if you like to do your multimedia projects, if you like to make your own backgrounds, this is a great way to be able to do it. Great for those bigger projects as well. Then you've got a whole host of different sentiments there to be able to make cards for, well, loads of different members of the family: brother, father, nephew, uncle, granddad, dad, son. Brilliant, of course, for those mail cards. And then you've got lots of different sentiments, lots of different kind of additional embellishments included there too. On top of that, you're going to get your All About You set. So again, this is helping you to totally personalise your card. You've got the big You stamp in there, and then you've got little added sentiments like, you deserve this, you are enough, you are amazing, you are, or you make me happy, you mean the world to me, you are a beauty. Well, they're really sweet, those. I really like stamp sets like that just allow you to kind of, you know, create your own particular sentiment and allow you to do cards just because as well. You've then got your Birds and Branches stamp set. Again, this is gorgeous for the fact that you've got the actual frame itself, which you can obviously build up with all of the different layers within that. Then you've got, there's tons in this one, the Meadow Hare. So that gorgeous, gorgeous hair that you can stamp out, colour in with your alcohol markers, with your watercolour should you wish as well. And you've got the hello and best wishes included there too. There's even more in here. This is phenomenal value for money. More sentiments. The Just Because collection with things like celebrate. You've got in there hugs. You've got things like smile. You've got good luck and celebrate. 10 different sentiments within that collection. And if that weren't enough for you, we are even throwing in, I mean, can you believe this, in a mystery bag, Sassy and Classy. Sassy and Classy. This one is the Partners in Crime. I love that. The two ladies on the sofa with the Prosecco. Love that. We'll always be friends. You match Debbie, isn't it? My level of crazy. Debbie? Debbie and Debbie. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. That's the stamp bundle. £20, $20. Amazing. And then lastly, now normally, I don't ever remember us doing a flower forming mystery bag before, but we've done it this time. And we'll get the details up for you as I show you through everything that you're going to get. Again, these you will find on the Shop the Day show from yesterday. All right, so just worth bearing in mind all of these that I've just shown you from Cartload yesterday. This is a £51, $72 bag for £20 or $20. This is a great way to not only stock up if you already love your flower forming, but if you want to get started with your flower forming, then this is a great way to be able to do it at not a huge cost. So you've got the 7 different colours of your flower forming foam. Now that is your floral bouquet in the 9x12 size. So you'll get 7 sheets there. You'll also then get your 7 sheets of natural white. So great again if you want to be able to create your own flowers, if you want to ink in to be able to do that, you've got the ability to do that too. You've then got your moulding ball tools, 3 of those, 6 different size balls with your foam mat there as well to be using to make life easier for you. What about some dies to be able to make the flowers? Yes, you've got that as well. The gorgeous lily, 5 dies in total there. And then last but by no means least, you're also going to be getting some beautiful foliage. That's a great bag, that, isn't it? So you've got your foliage and your flowers in the dies. You've got the tools to be able to do it with. And then we're also going to give you the 14 sheets of flower forming foam as well. That's a tremendous buy. For £20, not to be sniffed at, grab it whilst you can. You will find that mystery bag, as I've said, on the Cartload page from yesterday, the Shop the Show page from yesterday, and you can pick up those deals. And just remember, worth bearing in mind, that anything that you buy today, right across the weekend, if it's £20 or $20 or over, each of those that I've just shown you come with those as well. Well, not both of them. You'll get one for a £20 spend. So you get that one or that one, which is amazing. So you can kind of add that into your basket as well. Well, it goes in automatically. £20, $20, a free travel cup. We're doing that to celebrate Sarah's birthday, which is, of course, tomorrow. So, as well as all of that we got very excited about yesterday, we also got very excited about, and I've got to be honest with you, I only saw this for the first time a few hours ago, the Reveal the Wheel stamp and die collection. This, as far as I understand it, is a super brilliant way for you to be able to bring a lot of fun to your card projects, because we give you a collection here which allows you to build into your projects this really cool wheel. So you've got the ability to change the actual title of the card if you like. So for example on here, well, you can stamp in whatever you want really, but the recipient of it can spin the wheel around and change the word to change the particular sentiment on the card. It is a really, really cool idea, a lot of fun. You've got your worker set there, so the dies to be able to create the actual effect of the wheel, and then you've got a whole host of different stamp sets to be able to kind of, you know, be able to build up the different sentiments. And what I also love is that you've got, within each of the cards here, for example, you obviously got the wheel that you can spin round. So you can say, we've got like massive hugs, huge hugs, enormous hugs, big hugs, and more. But within each of these sets as well, the little cutout bit that you've got is different. So that one's your little speech bubble. You've got your dreamy cloud there as well. So there's a little cloud one. That one brings you, well, superb, the best ever, super duper, terrific. You've got the little balloon in there too. You've got your star, absolute star. You've got the from the heart. And then lastly, you've got your little sweet delight. So depending on what the celebration is, you've got the little different aperture for each of those occasions. And then you've got the little wheel which spins around to change the sentiment each and every time. I think this is a brilliant idea. £31.96, $43.80, and we will have a look at this with Michelle, who is ready and raring to go at the other side of the studio. This is something really, really different, isn't it? Very fresh.
They are, and they're so much fun. So I launched these yesterday, and I think me and Craig discovered yesterday that the boards that Ben have just shown you, there's a particular element inside that needs to be on foam pads, and on the board hasn't been put on foam pads, so that's probably why you struggled a little bit to twist it.
Yeah.
So when I show you how to do it now, I'll show you how easy it is and how lovely and fluid it does spin round. So I just thought I would bring that up. Because
Thank you.
Craig struggled so much yesterday.
Yeah.
Especially with his dodgy fingers and trying to do it with his left hand because he's right-handed. And
Craig's got dodgy fingers, hasn't he?
yeah.
He had a bit of an accident with his craft
He
knife,
did,
didn't he?
with his craft blade. I
Yeah.
think he reached into his bag and the lid had come off, so he had a bit of an accident. So, yeah.
If you follow him on Instagram, by the way, he put up quite a horrendous picture. Did you see that one?
He did.
He did it on his stories, and he said, "Oh, work me fingers, or caught them again. If you're squeamish, don't watch the next story."
Yes.
Of course, I had to stay on and have a look. It's like something out of a horror movie. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
But the best thing is yesterday, he was showing some storage boxes, took the lid off, and inside was a craft knife with no lid on it.
You
He
were
went,
joking.
I'll just put that there. Yeah,
Oh,
poor
dear.
Craig. But he's all right.
He is.
He's all right.
He's all right. Are we going to have a look at these?
Yes, shall I get on with it? I'll get on with it. I'll stop calling and get on with it. I apologise now for Ben speaking so much, but he's been away for so long that he's got to get it all out.
By the way, sorry, on that front, Gilmore, it's my birthday, of course, next Saturday. Gilmore's just said, does Ben get a holiday for his birthday, dare I ask? I am due to be in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday next week. I'm not going to be here on my birthday. I'm having a holiday. It's my birthday.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to be 30,
Exactly.
so I've got to celebrate the big 3-0, haven't I?
Well, that's
So,
it.
You know, so I've booked the day off. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Michelle, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So these are absolutely fabulous. So what you're going to get is this. This is your sentiment reveal wheel. Now, you have got everything in here that makes your mechanism. So you are going to need this.
Yeah.
Then when you bring these in, these are the additional elements. So it gives you the change of your reveal window, and you also get lots of extra stamps. So that is the Dreamy Cloud that I'm going to use. So I'll just pop this open and show you. So that's your big wheel, you've got your small wheel, and then you've got, obviously that is your window, and then you've got this. And so you also have a set of stamps in there as well, so you can do it all just with this.
Yeah.
And then these are all the extra fun ones that you are going to want and need. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the basic, easiest way to use these. So you need 2 squares that are a 5 by 5 in size. You're going to get your pencil, and we're going to mark them both down the middle. So we're going to mark them, and I'm going to use my glass mat. So I'm going to mark them at 2.5 inches. And I'm only going to put a light pencil mark on because we're going to rub it out afterwards. But you do need to do this because you want to get everything placed exactly where it needs to go. And I think without these, if you're just going to judge it by eye, it's just not going to be quite right.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a really good eye, and then it's going to be perfect. So we've got those 2 for now. So what we're going to do is one is going to be your top piece, one's going to be your base piece. And then this is where you're going to bring in this little half circle. So if you are going to be putting some pattern paper on, mat and layer it first, and then put your little cross section on there.
Sorry, I've just twigged as to what that little bit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
Pac-Man.
Huh?
It's Pac-Man.
It is. Sorry, yes, Pac-Man.
Yeah,
I thought you said it's Batman.
No, it's not Batman. Pac-Man.
It's Batman. Pac-Man.
So this line that I've got going across, it's
Yeah.
going to sit in that little notch there, and then we're going to tape it down. And then we're just going to run it through. So I'm just using my normal plate configuration, which is my 2 outside plates, my plastic frosty shim, and my magnetic. So just the normal plate combination for our thin metal dies, which I think is all of them, isn't it? Except for your multimedia ones.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people intrigued about this as well, just saying, Ellen saying, I really think these dies are cute, can't wait to see how they're used. And also Michelle saying, Ellen is saying, hi Michelle, glad to see that you're here today. I can't wait to see what you're going to create. You weren't initially scheduled to be on this show, were you? But you
I
thought
wasn't,
you'd
no.
jump in and surprise us with the reveal the wheel.
I did. I thought, well, you know, they've been so popular.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of those where so we do have the instructions on the website, but it's one of those that you definitely need to see being used to know what you're doing. Because, I mean, if you're going to open up your pack and you've got that in there, you're not necessarily, you're going to look at that and you're going to think, what?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see, what? So it's nice to see the just nice simple demos going through exactly how to do it, and then you're just going to be throwing them together yourself in no time.
And that's what we're here for as well, isn't it, you see?
Sorry?
Well, that's what we're here for, to bring
Yes.
you simplicity, to bring you the education, so you know what you're doing when you get these items. Oh, yes. Dana just saying, my 30th again birthday is next Friday. Happy birthday for next Friday. Maricel, good morning from California. It's great to hear from Ben after he's been away for so long. Thank you. And Anne says, just a suggestion, if you're carrying craft knives around in a bag, they fit nicely inside those containers, which are meant for travelling with a toothbrush. Well, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
Might save a few fingers in the future. You know, I know the ones that you mean. The toothbrush holders. We know what you mean. Or just put the end back on it.
Or just put the end back on it, you know, that works just as well.
Yeah, and or open up and have a look what's in there rather than just,
Yeah.
you know.
But I think because you always know where everything is in your own craft bag, so I think you just sometimes reach in without even looking or thinking. But he won't be doing that again.
No, we won't.
So this is all my pieces for now. I've got my 2 circles, I've got my front and my back piece. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to bring in my, I'm not going to bring in my eraser because I did that yesterday. I got rid of my lines and then remembered that I needed it again.
Ah, yes.
So before I do, I'm going to bring in this one because I'm going to use this window instead of the one that comes in the main kit. So I'm going to use my little cloud, and you can see I've got a little notch here. So it's only going to cut the cloud out. This is just allowing me to line it up. So this line that I've got coming down here, we're going to line it up with that, and my little notch is going to go just above that intersection there, that little cross. And again, I'm going to bring in a little bit of tape because I want it to stay exactly where it is. So just putting that in there, and then we're going to run that through.
Isn't it nice as well that you've got the different apertures here? Because we could have very well just gone, have a circle or a square.
Yeah. So we were going through ideas as well yesterday, and I think the favourite one was using it as a baby reveal.
Yeah.
Or sort of, you know, a baby card when you have the name, the date, the birth weight, things on like that. So you can spin it round. So you don't just have to, these dies obviously start you off, but then bringing in your other stamps, your other dies.
Or even just like hand write things in, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
Like you said, I love that idea. So look, baby, it's Doris coming to my head. Baby Doris.
Yeah.
Born on, weighing.
Yeah. And you could even have a little picture in there, so as it comes round, you've got baby's picture in as well.
I love that idea.
So they was coming up with so many fabulous ideas yesterday. So now I'm going to get rid of that line. And then what I'm going to do before I carry on, we're going to decorate this front piece. So you would either, again, matte and layer it. I mean, I inked some up yesterday, so it's entirely up to you how you decorate the front of this. So I just thought, I love this. This is one of my favourite stencils. So it's from the Year of Craft box.
That's the Simpsons stencil, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So I'm not bothered that it doesn't fit round that aperture that I've already cut out, because that doesn't matter. It's still going to look great. And again, so you could have done this before. It really doesn't matter either or which way you do it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring in just a couple of water reactive ink pads, and I'm going to go in with my pink first. And
You could as well, sorry, just thinking about the baby, these would be good for invitations as well, wouldn't they?
Yes.
For
Perfect
like a
for
wedding
things like that.
invitation.
Yeah.
How many different things can you fit on the spinner? 1,
4.
4.
So there's sort of, so if I bring it in, you will line them up, and so we've got 4 stamps. But I mean, so again, if you're using, use your imagination, you could have the name continually going round. You could have a message.
That'd be a long name.
Well, it would. But you could have the message coming round, you
Yeah.
know, word by word.
So you could have, will you marry
me. Yeah, that's
me?
Yeah, that's the one that I came up with.
That's good.
I also came up with the.
Will you be quiet?
Yeah. Please don't leave me. I love you.
What other one did you come up with? Did you say?
Sorry.
What other one did you come up with?
Please don't leave me.
Oh, please don't leave me. Please don't leave. Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
So, you know, everyone were coming up with like really fabulous things, and I were coming up with like really random weird things. Yeah.
You need another word, Georgina. Georgina's got no more holidays, Ben.
Do you think
Got
Georgina's
one
missed you?
next week. Georgina loves me, really. She gives me a bit of the old hashtag bants, but there's a lot of love in there. There's a lot of love. Doris is the name of my sewing machine, says Chris on Facebook. It's a good strong name, isn't it? My nan, Doris, actually. Good name.
All the old names are really popular, aren't they now,
Yeah.
for babies?
Yeah, they are. All coming back in. I was talking about that with a guy I met on holiday, actually. He was called Dave. Just saying how, but seriously, he was like, we were George, shush. We were laughing because he's called Dave, and you never, my dad's called Dave, but you never hear that name anymore, do you? Little baby Dave.
No.
It's just, you know.
No, you don't.
Sorry. Baby Dave. There's some names, isn't there, that sometimes you say and you can't ever imagine them being a baby's name. Like Steve is another one, yeah. Little baby Steve.
Yeah, because you sort of look at your baby and you think, oh, you look like her. So for me, it was Alice. I don't know. There's just some names you don't look at a baby and think, oh, you look like Pablo. I mean, you know, if you're Spanish, maybe, but do you know, I'm trying not to insult any name.
No.
Trying to be very diplomatic.
Yeah. But also on that front, and it was with Jake, wasn't it? Like people who, when they have their kids, don't have a name ready for their baby, and then just end up calling the baby for like the first week or whatever.
Yeah. Right. So this is.
Sorry, carry on.
No, sorry.
Going off topic here.
Just a little. For a change.
Yeah. Like we never do that.
No. So where is my cloud ones? Yeah, these are my cloud ones. So you can see, so you've got 4 little notches here. You've got that circle, that hole in the middle. So again, I have just put my pencil line there. So when I bring in my little cheese wedges,
Oh yeah.
is what they was officially called yesterday. I
Yeah.
know exactly where I'm going to put them. So these have got a notch at the top as well. I don't know if you can see that. You can, can't you? There you go.
What?
So my little wedge has got a notch, and
yes.
it's got a notch there. So what we're going to do, this point here is going to sit just above that circle, but because I've put that little line in, I'm getting it perfectly in place. So I'm just going to stamp I'm going to put all 4 on at once. You don't have to. You can go in one at a time if you want. Yeah, pizza slices, but you see, if I think about pizza slices, it makes me hungry.
They do
They
look
are
like dairy triangles.
Dairy triangles.
They also remind me a bit of the triangles you get in Trivial Pursuit.
Oh yeah.
You have to collect the wedges, don't you, for answering the different subjects.
See, for me, everything goes back to food.
Yeah. Kind of try not to think about food too much after the amount I packed away. Over the last
Yeah, but
2 weeks.
that's why you diet before your holiday,
Yes.
so you can just go for it.
Lose the pounds
Afterwards.
beforehand. It's when you go on holiday, you end up kind of like finding an extra stomach somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Especially if it's all inclusive, you end up having a plate of food which you would normally be satisfied with, and then you end up going back and having another one. And pudding as well. I never eat puddings. The amount of puddings I had on holiday. Wow.
The thing is, though, you have a separate like pudding stomach anyway.
Yeah.
Because even if you full up with food and someone says pudding, you're like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
just a bit.
I thought that was like a kid thing as well, because kids always got on full. Oh, you don't want pudding then? Oh no, I can manage pudding. Marisol just saying, I ordered this set yesterday. I can't wait to get it, but so glad for all of these ideas to whet my appetite. And that is what we're here for. It seems as well, just watching you pop this together, that again, it's quite an easy thing to create, isn't it?
It's a lot easier than you think, and I think just seeing someone do it for the first time, actually you look and think, actually that's quite easy to do. So ignore my upside down clouds. We're in, I don't know, some alternate reality.
Okay.
I flipped it round 3 times to get it the right way and still put it on the wrong way.
Yeah, it looked fine.
Just don't look too close. You get the idea. So my little circle, it has to have those foam pads on it, and you're going to want a brad or a split pin, not one of your best ones because it's going to be covered up and you're not going to see it. So these, I got them out of my stash. They're just really old brads that I've got in there, and they're perfect because they're nice and flat. So, you know, there's no dome on the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it together. So this is my bottom piece, my back piece. And again, so what I'm going to do is that middle, right in that cross, I'm just going to pop a hole. And I'm just doing it onto my eraser, so it just gives me something to, I don't know, it gives me that give. I was trying to think of something.
It gives me the give.
There we go. So what we're going to do now is this. We're going to take the back off of these, and this is going to be stuck into place. So this is what was missing from the boards that Ben was showing you. This had just been glued flat, but you need the foam pads on here because that's what's going to allow your spinner to spin perfectly. So we're just going to line up those 2 circles. Right, I'm just going to use my eraser on these. And again, so you can be stamping these in any colour that you want. Yesterday I did them in with our metallic ink pads and heat embossed them. That looks lovely. So you're going to put that straight through the top, and it's going to go all the way through here. And then we're just going to open that up, and then we're just going to make sure that this turns round lovely and smoothly, which it does, and I'm very happy with that. So that is that bit done for now. We're going to bring this in, and we need some of this, dare I say it, we need some foam on a roll.
1, 2, 3, 4. Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll.
Hey! Oh, I've missed singing that.
Thank you. Thank you. There's some terrible renditions the Georges are just telling me in my ear. You've missed me. Go on, admit it. You've missed me. Anyone?
I've missed you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're the only person in the world that allows me to sing with them.
Really? I can't believe that. You've got a lovely, lovely voice.
I'll pay you later.
Voice of an angel.
I'll pay you twice. I told my daughter, I says, I sung on air. She went, never do that again.
What, because you? Oh, because you.
Because
sang?
I sung, yeah. She was like, why would you do something like that?
Kids get embarrassed quite easily by
I
their
know.
parents, don't they? Does your daughter sing though?
Do you know? She doesn't sing. She has started singing because she started writing songs on a guitar.
Yeah.
So she's been writing the music, which has been amazing. And now she started writing some lyrics, and she came down and she actually sung in front of Ben, my husband, the other day.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. I've got a video. Shall I play? Oh, she'd kill me. Could you imagine?
You should, yeah, maybe, you know, if she's writing and she could sing, and maybe she could do an acoustic version of Foam on a Roll, potentially, or write a full song, you know.
I don't think you could improve on any of your songs, Ben.
Thank that. Well, I'll pay you later. Seriously. Oh, Georgina! It's just gone, they also couldn't get worse. Seriously. Seriously. Some of my songs, Georgina, especially the ones that I take time over, are gone viral. Yeah, viral songs. The Crafty Man song, gone viral. Crafty Can Can, probably must have gone viral by now. I'm surprised they're not in the charts. By the way, before you start going, producer Georgina, stop being so mean. She loves me really. It's all, it's like she says these things, but it's all said with love. And I take it the way that it's meant, most of the time.
So all I'm going to do now is...
By the way, just read your clouds as well. You're worried they're upside down. Carrie says, are clouds ever really upside down? They're just always changing shapes in the sky. That's a really good point, well made.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So there we go. So my little window, I mean, mine's still got the tape on it, but my little window, use these to decorate. They're absolutely perfect. In each one, you've got that little window that just die cut out a few times and use it to decorate around your card. And then all you're going to do is, I won't do it because I don't think we've really got enough time. So you've got hope your day is the best ever.
Okay.
Or hope your birthday is superb.
Do another one.
Hope your day is super duper.
I like that, super duper.
And then hope your birthday is terrific. But with all the other ones, so you've got lots of different ones in, and you can then begin to mix and match them. So you can have some more specific to whoever you're giving it to, greetings in there, so just turning it round, you know, the best ever, and then use one of the stamps from one of the other kits. But they are just brilliant, and that is how, so if I just turn that round for you, easy and simple that is. And if I just do it, look, you can see how easy that turns round, but it's because I've put those foam pads on. You absolutely can't forget your foam pads.
Well, brilliant to see that in action. And again, hopefully, if you were thinking about buying that and then you thought, it's going to be complicated, it's going to be a bit of a faff-free, again, that you've seen today, really simple to use. I love that as well. Price is amazing, $31.96, $43.80 for, I suppose, is something very different to what we've done before. A bit of a new concept, and just makes like your cards fun, doesn't it? Allowing you to really create all of those different sentiments, different sayings with just a spin of the wheel. And like we said, I haven't got the obviously the foam pads on the back of here, so it's a little bit more difficult to spin these around, but you get the idea. You've got the worker die in there, everything that you need to be able to create that effect, and then you've got the additional stamp and die sets there as well, with all of the different sayings and with the different apertures too. So, you know, lots of different apertures for all of those different occasions. You've got your little sweetie and the little heart there. You've got that gorgeous star in there too. You've got the balloon. You've got the cloud, which you just saw with Michelle, and then you've got finally is your little speech bubble. Also sounds like I've got an Australian in the gallery now as well. I'm not quite sure where that's come from. 15% you're saving. Platinum price is £31.96 or $43.80, and of course, if you want to see more demos on that, you can check out yesterday's show, which I'm assuming was at 2 o'clock yesterday. It was, because it was obviously
it was
Thursday yesterday, wasn't it? Yes. So it was Cartload at 6, so you can check out the launch day from 2 yesterday. Thank you for all of the lovely comments coming through. Gilmore says, Ben, you need to provide Joe with the music sheet. He needs to use more pizzazz like you, Michelle and Debbie do. There you go. You see, you say you can't sing, and people are now saying that you sing with pizzazz.
I'll take that. I've been called worse with my singing. Yeah.
And Rhonda Crowley says, I sing the Foam and a Roll song every time that I use it. It's catching, isn't it? It is catching. Thank you so much, Michelle, for your little impromptu 30 minutes. You and I are back together for masterclass.
Yes.
Which is folding.
Yes, so we've got a bit of iris folding, we've got those ornate panels, we've got the lattice folding dies, and some Ultimate Pro.
But enough about me. You love it that I'm back. Go on. Tracy's over there going. She loves me really as well. 6 o'clock for masterclass. Before all of that, though, we have got the final sort of hour and a bit of this era particular show, and it could be the final hour that you'll be seeing Sandra from Sanntangle here today, because the brand new goodies that she's brought to us, some exclusive items have been flying out the door, all the updates you need, all the inspiration that you need, and more coming your way in about 3 minutes' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. Welcome to this Friday, Fiver Friday course over on the website, and of course the start of Sarah's birthday weekend, where if you spend over £20, $20, you will get a free travel cup thrown into your basket. Don't forget 25% off Sarah's signature collections as well. And we're delighted to say that the lovely Sandra from Sanntangle is back with us. It's been super busy today.
Well, I've been tangling out there, so I have no idea what's going on. Honestly, I just go and do my thing and then... Yeah.
Well, I can,
let it all happen.
Let it all happen. I can fill you in, and I can tell you that everyone is delighted that you're back.
I'm so pleased.
Everyone is buying all of your goodies, and just to reiterate as well, you've got exclusive brand new goodies for us today, haven't you?
Exactly. Yeah, you're not going to get this anywhere else. We've put this bundle together all based around bees because, as we know, we all love our bees. But yeah, I've done it especially for you guys. It wasn't for you. There's a lot of people that would have suffered, I think, after what's happened from January, so it's just nice to say thank you for opening your doors, really. Because, if it wasn't for these guys, where would we be? And look, we've got such a lovely craft area, haven't we? And it's just nice to be here. So.
Honestly, it's lovely to have you with us, and I feel like we've opened the doors to some wonderful crafty people. Sandra, of course, from Sanntangle. What I will tell you is that the bee box that we've got, I keep wanting to say beatbox, the bee box, the bee box, that has sold out individually, all right? Already. However, we have got this All About the Bees bundle, which Sandra will take you through. What I will tell you on that, though, is that you need to be quick because 2/3 of the stock of the bundle we're about to show you has already gone. Everyone makes a saving today. Platinum members, of course, make a bigger saving, 20% off. So that's £44 or $63.98 of what we're about to show you. However, if you are new to the channel, if you've come here today because you're a tangler, maybe you're here because Sandra's here, make sure you go to our website, click the Club Inspire button and join our club today for free to receive that price on the screen. Your first order will be that platinum price if you're new today, so absolutely worth doing. let's delve in and have a look then, and show us everything you've got. And let's have a look at this exclusive bundle, which is fast selling out.
We'll start with the box, and then there are a couple of extra bits in the bundle that comes with it, so I'll show you those as well. Mine's a little bit messy, and I know we did look at this earlier and we laughed a bit. I've been using it, okay? I've been using it. Yours will be a little bit neater. So you've got your booklet. Booklets are massively important. This is the education. And you can see here just some of the ideas and some of the designs in there. So what I'm actually doing, if I take you through it, you've got like how to draw your beehive and how to go from this little oval to this.
It's incredible.
And there's 2 pages. And then, of course, how to draw your bee. I mean, there's lots of different ways to do that, but this is a realistic one, I would say. So how to sort of draw that. Variations that you can use. We did this one this morning, how to create this really cool sort of design, this pattern in the shape of a hexagon. Then you've got how to do the bookmark, so how to sort of cut a tile in half maybe, but I have put you some bookmark paper in your kit as well, and to sort of create longer versions, which are really pretty actually. I think they're lovely. And then of course moving on, how to sort of draw on your buttons and your little key ring. And then here's your stencils, so this is the one with the main shapes. This is your grid. I've got another little sort of hand in there. So that's your booklet. Then of course, look at this lot. You don't get these in, you have to draw these. These are mine, okay? So there's those little, that's that bookmark. See, it's, yeah, lovely. A bit of little buttons trying. This is really lovely. This is, again, something we've never done before. It's a tangle board. So you get your clip with it, which is, there you go, get your clip with it. So what you can actually do is, there we go, let's put that in a little slot there. Use your tiles, and we can put your tile in there. So that's going to hold it while you're on, you know, you're working on your knee and all the rest of it. So you've got something to secure to hold. You draw on it, of course. I'll show you an example in a minute. And then here you've got this little sort of slot. You're going to put that in, and it's going to have a little stand.
Oh, cute.
So you can either display it, or you could even put your phone on there whilst you're watching YouTube.
Love that.
TV.
Yeah, Crafters TV.
So there's that. You've got that. So quick one, look. This is one that Leslie Alf's done. Look, she's drawn on it. Look.
That is phenomenal, isn't it?
Crazy, isn't it?
Just
so that's
ridiculous.
you go from plain to that. It's amazing. And of course, then you've got, okay, we talked about stencils. So you've got your hexagons, your ovals, your circles, everything you need to create those designs. A little bit of a sort of stencil there you can work through. A grid. Grid's always really useful. It's going to help you whether you use all of it or a little bit. We did that this morning. Then you've got these tiles, and again, the tiles, very important. These are like your little art tiles that you're going to put your drawings on, but they are unique colours. I have never brought these colours before. You can't even get these colours on my website.
Wow. True exclusive to us.
True exclusive. Here. And they're all about bees and colours and things like that, so that's really lovely. You also get the papers to go with those. And again, this is not something I do. So really, really top quality from purchased from England, direct from the mill. We've cut it down to A5. I have used some, I think, look, you can see I've got bits in there. Don't get rid of them, because these you can do little bits for, so they're all good. And then, of course, you've got your buttons. You get 6 little wooden buttons in there to match your tanglewood and everything else. You get 2 key rings. So I've already used one, look, but there's your other. But then you get one of these that you can actually hang it in. So I've given you the key ring element as well. And you've also somewhere, I don't know, Michelle was having a look in this box earlier.
What are you missing?
Oh,
Michelle! Sit outside the window.
There's you. Yeah, and you get a little tassel to put on your bookmark as well. And I think my bookmark strips that I've put you in, I see I've used all my bookmark strips.
Yeah, where's your tassel gone?
It's here somewhere.
Dear, oh dear.
But you do get a nice little tassel in there as well. And of course, all in a little box that you can decorate, and you can do what you want to do with, put all your stuff in, put the lid on, and it's all your mess is put away, isn't it, afterwards?
Yeah, and it's great, isn't it, that you're talking about the bees as well, because it's so popular in craft. And Lee's saying, so glad I got my bee box bundle. I'm a huge lover of bees. Just started tangling. I've been waiting for Sandra to come back. I've done my first few tiles, 1, 3 and 4 on YouTube this week whilst I waited.
Oh, brilliant.
And just to chat very quickly to Joanne Madigan about Sanntangle as a whole, she says, is this easy to do? Because I can't even draw a stick person. They end up looking like aliens.
Okay, well, you can draw then. You could draw an alien. If you can make a mark on a piece of paper, I'm going to show you the bee, which is the other sort of stencil that's in this bundle. I'm going to show you how to draw that. Once you see the stencils and how I work it, then I'm sure you can. I'm not going to say, yeah, it's easy, just do it. I'm going to show you how it is that you can do it. And just honestly, with the stencil and the instructions, so you don't need to sort of remember, it's all there for you. You can do it. You can do it.
And I think that's the thing to say, isn't it? That so many people have said, like Joanne, oh, I can't, no, I can only draw a stick man. I don't know if I can do this. You've had so many people who have taken this up thinking, oh, I might give it a go. And now, really
amazing what they do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really does expand. And if you think, well, okay, I'm going to start with the instructions and I'm going to draw exactly what Sandra drew, that's fine. That's why I do these instructions. But then you're going to think, well, I want to try it this way and I want to try it that way. And before you know it, you're creating your own pieces of art and you don't need the instructions anymore. So.
Keep the questions coming through. Anything you want to ask. Sandra's obviously here for the next hour and then potentially back with us later on, depending on how stock levels go. I know we're so busy. If you want to ask questions on Facebook and indeed on YouTube, or indeed if you just want to send through any comments, and if you've got any pictures you want to send,
send pictures.
Send those. We'd love to see what you have been doing. Clarice is saying, yes, Sandra is in the house. I snatched up her bundles. Mary Pat is saying, a bee bundle sounds absolutely beautiful. And Jedi says, thank you for inviting Sandra to Crafters TV. It is a great asset to have, especially to us international people.
Thank you.
Should we get going?
Shall we do it?
Let's do
I'm
it.
actually going to use the other section or the other stencil in the bundle, and it is all about the bees. So in here you do have, oh, I've lost them again. Do you know?
What, you lost now?
I've got 2 stencils.
Oh, they're in the book, weren't they?
Did I put them in there? No, I don't know. Yeah, did I? Oh, hang on. Oh, do you know? They were here.
I gave you it, didn't I, before the show?
You gave it to me. Oh, they're here, look. Yeah, I've put them in my box with everything else. There you go. You get 2 stencils. You get one that's going to give you backgrounds or different size hexagons, which I think is brilliant. And then the other one is all the business end, and this is what we're going to sort of use. You do have a hexagon as well. Here we go. A hexagon frames die, and you can use this alongside, or you can use that to create mandalas and all sorts.
Great idea.
Okay, so are we ready? Should we do it?
Yes.
Now, the first thing you do when you get your stencil is, as you saw in the books, what I tend to do, I can't find it now. Oh, lost somewhere. There you go. On the back, you've got numbers on your stencil. Look at yours and put these numbers on your stencil.
Gotcha.
Because then all the instructions that go on in here, if they refer to numbers, you've got them so you know what you're doing. Okay? So if I just... So, there you go. Where am I going to go? I'm going to start with the B. Let's do the B. There we go. Starting with
Start
the
at the
B. Start at the beginning. Now, it suggests, starting with a pencil because we're doing a few construction lines. So here we go. I've got 2 sizes of bees, and I've put the shapes sort of together so you can see where they are. Oh, 3 sorts. I've got a larger one there. Look, shall we do the big one?
Go on, do the big
Let's do the big one. But the idea is here, I'm not going to give you a bee to draw around and then sort of just tangle into. I'm going to give you the sections so you can decide where these shapes go. So if I put this bit in here, and then I work my way up a little bit and put this one in here, and work my way up again. Put this one in here. I've sort of made the decision how sort of long or short he is.
I see.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
There we are. So from there, let's put a couple of little curves in. Okay. So that's sort of started us off. Let's put one in here as well. And, little eyes, little bubbles either side there. And then here we're going to put antennae. Let's put that in pen. Get a little antennae. Okay, so far I've not done anything that's really tricky, difficult at all. It's a little body. So now we come to the wings. And again, I've given you the wings here, but you can decide where you put them on the body, whether you have them angled or straight. It's entirely up to you. So here we go. I'm going to sort of put one in here. So there's our first wing. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my pen in. You see where my body is underneath? I'm going to mark just a few elements of the body there. You see, just on my stencil. And then I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put those marks sort of on. Hang on, where did we do it? There you go. See, just line them up there. And then I'm going to come back in and draw that one in.
Is that so the wings?
You see how we've got a nice symmetrical sort of thing?
Yeah.
Now, of course, with this, because I'm using my fine liner, I can just rub that out. It's gone away. Yeah, not a problem. So, same again. I'm going to use this lower wing, although I could use the same wing. Let's sort of turn it down here and put one there. And, of course, I'd do the same again, but sort of for the speed, I'm going to sort of work it round and do it by eye, because you can see through the stencil. So, there we go. All right. So, that's our next bit. So, we've got the bee, we've got the wings. We now need a couple of little legs, okay? So how do you draw legs?
How do you draw the legs?
Line, line, line. Yeah. Let's do something similar on this side. They're not going to be the same. Yeah. And then we want a couple more, don't we? So we need sort of one here, look, line, line, line. See, it's like doing a little zigzag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Line. And then maybe another one here.
And like you say, it doesn't matter if they're not exact, are they? Just
No.
doesn't matter at all.
And then, of course, to make them a little bit wider, they're a little bit narrow, a bit stickmen-like. So let's put some little triangles in. You see? Made a little triangle. Fill it in.
Yeah.
Fill it in. Same on this side. Fill it in. Same here, look, little triangle. Fill it in. See there, I've gone over a bit, don't matter. Do you see how they're a little bit fatter now?
Yeah.
In places. So we're giving it a little bit of body. Okay, and then to make it sort of truly realistic, let's put some little flicks on. There we go.
Oh, it's just like the hair, isn't it, on his
Yeah, just sort of
hairy legs.
little legs there. There we go. So far, the only creative bit I've done is decided where to put the stencil and drawn some zigzaggy lines, really. So we need to make him look a little bit more like a bee now.
Yeah.
And I could colour it, I could just put tangles in there, but what I want to do is, being that Michelle very kindly got water earlier, I'm going to bring in some colours and let's do a little bit of watercolouring on him. This is why I've not drawn him in pen, because what I want to do, I want to sort of give it a little bit of a more of a watercolour-y feel. So I've got my black there. Watercolour, you wouldn't usually use black, but
Yeah.
I'm going to go with it.
Good question, because obviously you've got the tiles which you tangle on, and obviously if you go for the bee bundle, you get the beautiful paper which you've given us on the cardstock. Lily says, can Sandra also tell us the best paper to tangle on if we run out of her tiles?
Oh, I use cartridge paper, and that's
okay.
It's not as heavy duty as watercolour, and it's not going to be as, with watercolour it's very pitted, isn't it?
Yeah.
This isn't. It's got a little bit of a tooth, so you can actually put a little bit of shade on, and obviously it's taking a little bit of watercolour here. But yeah, that's what I'd use, and I'd go at least 250, 270 GSM.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you see, I'm just adding water, which we talked about this a little bit this morning, didn't we? I've added water in place.
Yeah.
And then dried my brush off on a paper towel. Well, I don't know, I always use my hand. And see, I'm just dropping that colour in and see how it sort of bleeds into where the water is. And I think that's really beautiful how it does that. And then leave it. Don't try and colour and fill the whole thing. You're just going to do that little bit, sort of on the edges, and just let it do its stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do this one at the top as well, see.
Just whilst you're doing that as well, a couple of sort of mini testimonials, if you like.
Oh, thank you.
Susan Staff says, this stencil is a dream to do.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
Lily Rugg says, I didn't think that this was for me the first few times, but I was mesmerised watching. Then I decided to try and found it was very doable. And I was so proud of my first few tiles. It is doable, says Lily. Please try it.
Oh, how lovely is that? We need to see pictures.
Yeah, do as I say, if you've got any pictures, Lily, if you want to send in your pictures, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, and we'll try and show some of those if we get some through before the end of the show.
Yeah. Now, usually I would wait for that black to dry before I went in. So what I have done, I've put some water just almost up to the end there, because, we don't want to wait too long. I'm just putting that little bit in. There we go. Same here. So I'm just putting my water just underneath so it's not quite touching each other.
Yeah.
And then coming in with those little colours there. There we go.
How did you, just whilst you're doing this, you mentioned earlier on you were obviously a teacher and woodwork was your thing. How did you go from that to this?
I think part of woodwork is drawing, because you have to draw ideas and things like that. So graphics, which is more of a structural way of drawing, is one of those things that we used to do, and I always had an easel at the front of the classroom anyway. Yeah. Because I always, you always try and inspire your students, don't you?
I guess it was secondary school, was it?
Yeah, it was secondary school. So yeah, that's how it sort of started. And then of course, my dad was a pretty good artist. He would never sort of promote that, He was like, won't ever make you any money, don't do it. Yeah. So yeah, he was into it, and I think so. It's sort of been in the blood kind of thing. Yeah. Was
there a big uptake for woodwork in secondary school?
Well, there was in my class.
Well, obviously. Obviously.
But yeah, actually, yeah. I think the main thing was getting girls involved, and I think having a female in the workshops was one thing that helped that. So yeah, it's what you do. It's really fun, actually. It helps a lot, There we go. Look at that.
That's so cool.
A little bit of watercolour in there. So once that's dry, you can add extra bits and pieces on, which I have got one I've done that's dry. Let's beautiful, isn't it? And of course, because I've not put the black line around it, it looks almost as though you have actually drawn it rather than copied an outline.
It does.
It's just lovely, isn't it? So I'll put that to one side. There you go. It's lovely, isn't he? Pleased with that. And here we go. So I've done a little bit more work on this one, of course. And I've added, I've done the watercolour, I've added a little bit of flowers around. Again, instructions-wise for how to draw these are in the book. So a quick flick to there. Here we go. The little sort of flowers here, look. And it shows you how that you build it up. And then on the back there, look, how to add the extra bits and pieces in. So I don't leave you and say, oh, just do your thing. So we've got some in here, but of course we need a little bit more tangling. And this is where, because it's nice and subtle, I'd probably come in with a grey fine liner rather than using the black one, because we don't want to lose that lovely sort of softness. And again, you know those swirls we did this morning? Put some swirls in there. And because the watercolour's dry and it's quite translucent, you can do this over the top and it's going to work lovely. I think actually a little bit of silver in there as well, maybe. Here we are.
It's so amazing, again, just to watch you do this, because when you look at, again, you look at finished products, you look and think there's no way that I could do that. And I get, like Lily's point and Joanne, who said earlier on, is this easy to do? You look at the finished samples and you think, how can I do this? But then when you show us these little squiggles, these little swirls, these little circles, these little lines here, there and everywhere, it's amazing. It's amazing how it all builds up into like the finished masterpiece, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the thing, see, I'm not leaving you, and I don't usually show you the end result. I usually say, let's just start with a line and see where it goes. I did have, there you go, taught you on. But of course, if you follow the steps, before you know it, you think, you know, I've got this. And you're going to create your own images, but we're all crafters to start with, so making a card isn't usually the problem. And as much as we love our kits and we love our stamps and dies, on occasion you want to do something that's different. There we go. So if you want something that you think, well, yeah, I love a bee, but I don't want to use that die anymore. I don't want to use that stamp. I want to draw my own. This is truly unique, completely. Nobody else has got one, because you've decided how the body got made. You've decided where the wings fit. You've drawn the legs. And I think that as well, as much as we like sending handmade cards, if it's handmade but you've also drawn something, it's just lovely, isn't it? There you
I
go.
just think it's another great crafty thing to have as another string to your bow, isn't it? Like you said, if you've got all the dies and all the stamps, and you know you want a different way to be able to create a piece of home decor or create a card, you know, this is the way to be able to do it. It's all here,
but once you've actually done that little bit, I mean, here, look, I've got 2 stencils now. I've got this one that's got different sizes, or I've got this one that's in the little box. So if I actually just put a little bit of ink now, you see, I've just inked around the edge here, but what we can do now, just to sort of change it about, this is what we know, this is our crafting, isn't it? This is how we usually craft. And it's just nice to sort of see that it's not just about, just a little bit.
It's quite subtle.
Yeah, it's not just about the drawing, unless you want it to be. If you want to then craft with it, this is how you do it. So you enjoy and have, you know, your relaxation whilst you're doing your drawing and so forth, but then you come in and you craft with it. That's the whole idea.
A couple more questions come through. We've obviously got the hummingbird set on, and Evelyn says, could you ask Sandra if the hummingbird stencil will also help me make flowers?
Yes. I'm going to demonstrate that a little bit later. It's the hibiscus kind of flowers.
The hummingbird, by the way, we've got less than 30% of the stock remaining.
I've not even touched that one.
I know, we've not even looked at it. That is a warning, though, that we're not even showing you items and they're selling. And Alexia is also saying, this is really inspiring, but I'm curious, does Sandra do a butterfly set? I love my flutters.
Yes. Yes, I don't know if I've brought it here, but yes, I do. I do it, yeah. It's out there. I'm going to sign it now. Actually, I'm going to sign it in grey.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, we've done it really quite subtle. What I'm going to do, I'll put it somewhere here. Because I know Michelle asked if she could have a card for her page. So we'll probably give her this card to do it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I have got this let me show you this in a different way. Because, you know, you don't have to just have yellow and black bees.
No, of course.
No, I can't. It's somewhere foreign. You probably know because you've travelled much.
Well, I've travelled. I don't know if I've ever seen a blue bee.
They do exist.
Do they actually?
They do actually exist. Yeah.
What, in real life?
Yeah, yeah. So this has been drawn, as you can see, exactly the same way, But because the wings look slightly dipped and changed, and I've used the blue fine liners to sort of give me the tangling within there, and of course then I've used the fine liners to actually sort of work with that. So whichever way you want to do it, however, they change every time. And of course your little hexagon here in with the bundle, so you can go larger if you want to, you can do just a little bit. But look, they're just beautiful, aren't they?
Ah!
There you go, told you.
Orchard Mason bee.
Told you. So you can get blue bees, so I'm not just making it up there. You can.
Wow.
So there we go. That's from our All About the Bees stencil, and that's literally just one, and you've got a few cute ones in there. You can just do the flowers if you want to. You could use the hexagon. There's so many things you could do with it. So it's just about having a bit of fun, isn't it?
It really is. If you want to get the bundle, though, by the way, bear in mind that it is selling as fast as all of the other items on the show. 70% of the All About the Bees bundle has gone now. The bee box, as we said, was available individually, but that's already sold out. So if you want to get the bee box with all of the other goodies in there, that's the bundle to go for. £44 or $63.98 is your platinum price on that one. And, you know, worth bearing in mind that you, if you're thinking, oh, I'll sit and watch a few more demos and then I'll purchase, get now and then watch the demos, because otherwise you may well miss out. This is the whole bundle we can show you here, actually. So that's everything that you're going to be getting within the bee bundle, but get it whilst we've got it. As I say, there is a strong chance that if you try to come back later on, when Sandra is here with us, well, potentially here with us later on, we might not have it because it is that busy. £44, $63.98 is the deal on that one. Right, also other collections that we've got for you on the show. Book 4 of the tiles, tangles and techniques. These are all about helping you to kind of get started with your tangling, all about helping you to create some amazing pieces. Pieces like, if I just show you some finished samples, like straight off the bat here, pieces like this, whether you're looking to make cards, as we said, adding an extra layer of creativity to your card making. If you want to be able to do some tangling, this is a great way to be able to do it, because again, the book gives you plenty of suggestions for lots of different tiles, but then also not only within this collection are you going to get the book, you're going to get your tiles in here as well, but in this particular collection you're also going to receive your ornate oval and corners die set too, which is so clever, because the actual die itself allows you to be able to pop in your tiles, so it's really clever system. This is the booklet. I'll say booklet, book, really big book, full of ideas. And the whole point, again, about this, Sandra, is the fact that it's a journey, isn't it?
It is, yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people, it's not just about me, a lot of people were involved in this because the gallery at the back. But we actually did these as Facebook Lives during lockdown. So a lot of these tiles will go back and you'll sort of think, oh, I was there doing that at that particular time.
Yeah.
And, they mean a lot. And of course, whether you want to actually use them for cards, which is what I'd like you to do, but if you want to use them bigger, you don't have to stay with the tile. You can go bigger and do this as a piece of art for your wall. Some of them really lend themselves as well to being stitched.
Okay,
or for patchwork, things
yeah.
like that. So don't just think it's about card making. Of course, if you've got your tangle board, there's nothing stopping you actually creating these designs on your tangle board as well. So lots to choose from there. That's just lovely, isn't it?
And what I love about this particularly, so if you take this, this tile, for instance, just a few small steps, literally over the course of 2 pages, you've created something which is so ornate, so beautifully detailed. You wouldn't think, when you see like the finished tile here, you wouldn't think you'd be able to describe that over the course of 2 pages. You'd think that would be a booklet on its own almost, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got 24 to choose from.
Yeah, and they are all absolutely beautiful. I won't ruin it by showing you every single page, but plenty to choose from, plenty to be to working with, and also worth bearing in mind as we go through to the back as well. You have again got more inspiration, as Sandra was saying, that you've got the gallery there. And these are tiles not that you created, are they? These are tiles that people have sent you?
That's tiles that people have sent in, so hopefully I've got the right names and the right tile. Nobody's said anything. But yeah, it's all people that are out there that have actually produced these as different. I mean, look at the one at the top there. It looks a bit sort of cut like patchwork.
Oh, yeah.
It's just beautiful, isn't it, how it's been done? And, you know, these ideas I would never have thought of, but other people have. So
yeah,
they were included as inspiration.
And that's the great thing, isn't it? You know, you've got the ability to follow these sort of verbatim, but then once you get more experienced and more confident with what you're doing, you will start creating your own tiles, and who knows, you know, you might feature in the next book. But within this deal, you're obviously going to get the you get the book, you get the die as well, don't you?
Yeah,
included.
Absolutely, and that's because I've used the die in the book, so you'll see some of the examples of how we've used it. And I just think it's a really nice one because it's got those slots in there that you can put your tiles in. You're not going to sort of disturb your tiles in any way.
Yeah, and then also you're going to receive obviously a selection of your tiles as well. The classic cream tile pack. Is it 24 of those you get?
24, yeah.
So those are included, and you've got your B hexagon stencil set included in there as well.
We've not even mentioned that yet. So have we? That's
not even touching it at all.
No, it's there.
So that is that's included.
Yeah.
It's a great price, £38.80, $55.99. And of course, a lot of people have been saying, as you've seen already today, how they got started with this maybe 2 times previous when Sandra was here before, and already they're feeling so super confident with their tangling. You know, they're creating just amazing tiles already, and this could be you if you pick up this deal today. 60% of the stock of that one has gone, and we are so super busy right across the board. Another set, which we've not even, well, we talked about this briefly earlier on, but we haven't shown it, are the stamp sets. And these in their own right are just gorgeous as stamp sets, but
they
again,
are.
so much more you can do with these, right?
They are. I mean, you can use them just as a stamp in its own right, colour it, ink it, do whatever you want to do. But there's elements, there's space in there to go a little bit further. So if you want to tangle it and add your own bits and pieces, excellent, do so. I mean, the actual one at the bottom, the books, you could write names of books on that people like as you're doing a gift for. But of course, you don't just have it as a single, you can double it up. So you could have more books, you could have more presents, all sorts of things there. It's a beautiful one.
Well, that's so super cute, isn't it? The actual stamps themselves, so again, you've got the 3 stamps included there. So yeah, the books and the presents, and then that beautiful swirl there as well. I think these are great, and I love particularly this one here. Reminds me of Christmas a little bit, almost like Santa stacking up all of the
Well, it could
presents.
absolutely be, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Any occasion that.
But one stamp, creating, you know, a card of, well, infinite size, really.
It's like my Tangle collection. That's all those presents, like they're all in boxes.
So those are your beautiful books and crafts. This one is your florals, and again, stamping these out in different ways, you can create much bigger and more intricate stamps.
Yeah, we did talk about that earlier, didn't we? The one at the top particularly, you could actually stamp that 4 times, join it together, it looks amazing. Yeah.
So that is also included. Remember, the price that you're seeing on screen is for all of these that you're going to be getting. Then you've got your flower bunches.
Yeah, these are great for snipping into if you want to, so you can create some sort of 3-dimension. And I know you've got a little trinket box there.
Yeah.
With a sample showing that top one. It's look at it in colour. I mean, you could add to that, or you could just leave it as is. You don't need to do anything if you don't want it, but it's just beautiful, isn't it?
Question which has just crossed my mind as well, by the way, and we always ask this. If you are kind of making items to sell, if you're making things like this, are you happy for people to do that?
Yeah, once you've put pen to paper, you've drawn it, it's your work. So yeah, go for it.
So again, something like that with that beautiful design.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Unique, isn't it? That's the way to describe these. Absolutely unique. You've then got your beautiful mandala pieces as well. And again, this is so clever, isn't it? Because it's a couple of stamps here, so you can have these as kind of little adornments as we've seen on the board, but then piece these all together like 4 times round, and then you've created a whole image.
Absolutely, it's so nice to work with that as well, because you could actually use that to practice and put different things in, and it's almost a mandala full in its own right. It's yeah, look at that. It says it speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What else can you say? It's just beautiful.
Really stunning, and again, as I say, I love the fact that there is a glorious stamp on its own, and if you just wanted to go in and colour that, you could. But what an opportunity again to being able to do all of your tangling there. So much opportunity there to get tangling, and I think that is, yes, that's the whole lot that you're going to receive within this set. In total, a huge amount of dies for a small price, really, £43.16 or $62.60 if you are a platinum member. Those proving really popular as well, and as I say, we've not really looked at those, and already, as I say, a lot of the stock has disappeared from that collection. I've just got one more little piece to show you here as well. That one, is that using the flower bunches, that one there?
That's the mandala stamp.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, isn't it? What you can do with it. I think that's Alison did that one. It's lovely.
Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. If you want to grab that collection, as I say, it is available for you right now. Stock-wise, again, 60% of the stock has disappeared. And also, something that we've been chatting about, and again, if you missed the earlier show, you might not know about the tangle board that we've got on the show. So the large tangle board. And whereas these are quite a functional piece, aren't they? A place to kind of do your...
I do like to make things that work and that are actually going to do something, but it gives you that opportunity to actually adorn it in your own version. So whether you stamp on it, whether you draw it. Now, if you were watching Hobby Maker yesterday, that was a new product on Hobby Maker, that particular booklet to do that. But you can see, look, you're drawing on that, and Leslie there's used coloured pencils like we were doing earlier. It's amazing. Or if you want to just tangle it so it's completely different, like mine, it's full of different designs. Use it for inspiration, but of course use it, you know, when you're photographing your work to post, you put that behind and it's almost like your calling card. Yeah. You're a little bit of a graffiti wall in the background.
I love it, and it's like you say, with having the board there, it's the kind of thing that you can come back to time after time, just add a little bits to. When I was watching you on the board that you had a little bit earlier on, it reminded me a little bit of, you see these people that have these amazing tattoo sleeves, and who add to them over the course of time.
Yeah, just do a little bit,
like that, isn't it?
Yeah, keep adding. And of course you can do it on both sides.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you've got that lovely cherry veneer on both sides there, so you've got the strength, you've also got the fact that you can do that. So maybe do one design and on the other side do lots of little versions of different tangles just as inspiration to keep. What would you
use kind of material wise, pens, pencils when you're tangling
so
on
with
this board?
So with regular pencil, of course, with a pen I use the micron pen or the fine liner, whichever works for you in that sense. And then colouring wise, I tend to use coloured pencils, but you can go in with paints. I would avoid anything that perhaps bleeds. So like alcohol markers, I might sort of leave because you don't want it moving over. And then, of course, because you're going to use it, you need to put a spray varnish over the top when you've finished it.
Absolutely stunning. Loads of you just commenting. If you want to grab the large tangle board, again, I know a lot of the stock has gone there. We'll get an update in just a few minutes. But £12.79, $18.55, a third of the stock of your tangle boards have gone. Few comments coming through. Thank you to those of you who've been sending in your pictures, by the way. I know we've got a load of those. Patty, thank you for yours. We will have a look at those in just a few moments. Rhonda says, wow, I just looked up different colour bees and I'm gobsmacked on how many different colours of bees there are. There's actually a peacock carpenter bee in peacock colours.
So don't have to stick with yellow and black. Just go for it, absolutely. I'm excited to sort of see them now. Is there like a magenta-y pinky one that's got a bit of... No, yeah.
I mean, the thing is though, with craft, right? Create your own bee.
Do what you like.
You be you. Also, Leslie saying, Ben, the backgrounds behind you would look great tangled on. They would, actually.
Yes, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Don't let Sandra loose in between shows. We'll come back and it'll all be done. Thank you, Crafter's Companion, for bringing us fascinating guests, says Alexia. I guess that's you, fascinating guest over there. Nikon is saying, and these are all tangles. Amazing. Yeah, everything that was shown you, everything that you just saw on that board there, all tangles, all the things that you can achieve. A lot of people have been chatting as well about the hummingbird stencil. It is now limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means it soon won't be seen. A lot of interest in that. We've not shown that live in the studio, I don't think, have we?
No, I've got a demo ready, but...
I don't know whether we're going to do that next or not, but less than 10% of the stock remaining, in case you don't want limited stock means. £13.59, $19.71. I'm very excited because we're now going to have a look at the stamps, which we showed you just a few moments ago. So the Tangly Stamps bundle, details on your screen right here. Which ones are you going to go with?
Do you know, all of them are lovely. So actually what I did, I put them all out and I shut my eyes and picked one.
Oh, okay.
And because you just never know which one to go. So I'm actually going to do the presents.
I think that's my
and I think that's really quite nice because we can colour it in with a few tri-blends maybe as well.
Yeah.
So here we go. And of course on the actual paperwork, I've given you some little ideas, and you see you've got this extra little bit, and I've shaded it so you can see how it could look coloured if you want to do it. So here we go. I've got a piece ready. Look, all prepared today. Tell you.
Seriously.
I know. I'm almost impressed myself. So I'm going to start. Hey, there's no pressure now. I've got to get this right. So here we go. I'm going to sort of start with it on here. There we are. And then put it down. Now in its own right, this is just lovely. So you're just using it in one little bit. If you wanted to make a tag, and let's put a little bit of ink on there. There we go. And I've actually sort of picked waterproof dye, meaning that I'm going to use alcohol markers. Maybe I should have used the other one. But there we go.
The kind of stamp as well, perfect if obviously you're using a stamping platform of sorts. They use our stamping platform as well. So you're going to be layering these up.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, I mean, everybody does this in different ways. It might be that you want to add and, you know, ink it and rub a little bit off. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cover up that little set there that I've done a little bit. I don't mind if it goes over. It's not really such a big deal, but I'm just going to sort of hold it in place there.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's just dry my, let's have a look, my stamp off a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to layer it back on. Let's have a look. Maybe there. There we go. So who knows how this is going to work out, but all right, job done. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just, where's my ink? Oh, all right, there we go. Now, of course, I don't really want the line, the base line that it's on, so I am just going to rub that off at the bottom there and get rid of the ink. If it comes through, it doesn't really matter so much. And then let's ink that again.
Okay.
There it is. So if I take that off now, there we go. So you imagine you could just keep going and going and going. It's amazing, love it. So let's take that one out of the way. Just going to put that in its place.
Lovely stamp if you do want to go higher and higher for people who like their slimline cards.
Oh, it is, yeah. Now perhaps, you know, maybe I've used ink, but I don't really mind. The nice thing is now you could leave it like this and you could just ink around the edges if you wanted to, or just sort of add your tangles in there. But I want to use a little bit of colour. And of course, because I'm just going to move my board, because we know alcohol markers, so I don't want it all over my work here. So the nice thing about this now is you could come in, you can have a little bit of fun with it. So here we go, a little bit of colour in there. All right, so, you know, using that, I don't know, sometimes it depends what colours I use. Sometimes I'll completely cover the whole piece with the light colour and then go in with the dark.
Yeah.
But when it's a small area, I think I'm just going to go in and use just a little bit there. Let's do another one. Let's do one here. This is like a blast from the past, isn't it? Teaching alcohol markers back in Chesterfield. Hello, if anybody's in Chesterfield. I miss you all.
How many years ago was that?
It was actually, the last class I did was March before lockdown hit.
Oh, okay. So 2020? 2020.
Yeah, yeah. I used to draw something for the classes, you know, so they've got something a bit different. So you see how you can sort of add a little bit of colour. Let's just sort of do another one.
So were you just in store for the day and then people would just
No, we'd book classes. So I used to go in, I think, was it 10 till 2, something like that?
Yeah.
Or 10 till 10 till 1, something like that, every Thursday.
Yeah.
I did every Thursday for 3 years.
Wow.
And so I used to take a different picture in. So sometimes we'd do cards, sometimes we'd just do a piece of art and colour it and things. Yeah. Yeah.
I must get down to the stores and have a look around. Chesterfield's not too far from here, is it?
So you see, I've actually put some colour in there, but this is the nice thing now because, of course, we've got lots of different things. So maybe, I don't know, come in with my gel pens.
Oh, yeah.
And you can work over the top. So I'm working, and if you think, I don't really know what patterns to put in, have a look at the books, have a look at the stencils, and just bring a few little bits and pieces in there.
And I guess you get to a point eventually where you know so many different techniques and different ways to tangle that you just almost you go into like autopilot a bit. You know when you sort of I can't think of an example, but you get used to doing something so much that you almost don't think about what you're doing because it comes so naturally.
It is something, yeah, we do get used to, and we use our own sort of variants. We get our own favourites.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to break out and try something a little bit different. And
do you know what I love the most? And this may sound like a funny thing to say, but so obviously you spend your life tangling. You spend your life coming up with all these different ideas. So,
Yeah.
you know, you spend your life presenting these amazing products to us. So you would think on the time when you've got a bit of free time that you would do something else.
Yeah.
But you love this so much, and this is no word of a lie, because I saw whilst I was having my lunch. So in between shows,
Yeah.
you're still tangling. So
Still tangling, yeah.
You love this so much, don't
Yeah, I
you?
love it. Absolutely love it. And you know, next weekend I have classes, so I'm
Yeah.
actually drawing the artwork for the classes for when we come in next time, because they don't know what they're doing. They come to class, they have no idea what they're going to draw.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all the prep for that at the minute now. So you can see here that I've started a little bit, but of course if you were going to colour it all, here we go.
Wow.
That's how you'd sort of do it. And of course, if I wanted to, I could add more to it. You've got all these little flourishes you could come in. And because I've actually drawn these stamps with the same pens that you would probably use to add your little bits and pieces onto, then it looks like, yeah, it looks like you've drawn it. It doesn't look like it's a stamp that you've coloured in. There we go. So you're just adding a few bits there. And maybe, you know, a touch of ink around it, just being that I've got some here. Again, because you've stamped it, you can have it on its own as a stamp, but adding that extra little bit in there is crazy. And then you know you make your card with it in exactly the same way as you would if you were using a regular stamp and die. There you go. I always like to put a bit more on the bottom.
Susan Staff says, Sandra tangles in her sleep. Didn't you know?
Probably, yeah. Absolutely. Do you know, it is that thing I am really passionate about. I do love what I do.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I don't do it, it's almost like there was a country and western guy did a song. If I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing now?
Oh, right.
Yeah, and if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing this. You know, so yeah. So here we go.
A lot of people loved your masking technique as well for creating that stack of
Oh,
presents.
right, yeah. Absolutely.
Needs saying that is another way of using the masking technique. Thank you for the inspiration, Sandra.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of little flourishes here, and so maybe you could add a few bits and pieces if you wanted to. But again, you know, you've created it, so a little bit of a signature. There we go. And if I could find my glue, it's here somewhere. But it's on here somewhere. But if I could find my glue, I would glue those on. But you see there, you've got just a little bit of a flourish. But there we go.
I tell you what, I know Michelle's already asked you, but I'm going to have to get you to sign me a card before the end of the show that I can give away.
Okay. Well, we've done two so
You've
far,
done
haven't
loads,
we?
and one from the other show as well.
Yeah, we did
of
one
course.
from the other show. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll find you something, Ben. We
Thanks.
will.
You're the best.
No problemo.
I can't believe just how beautiful these products are, and I can believe how quickly they're going. If you're wanting anything that you've seen on the shows today, please go swiftly because items are flying. We are down to the bare bones of lots of particular products. If you want to go for the Tangly Stamps bundle, we are what we're at 66, two-thirds of the stock is now gone, so another 6% of stock has gone just during that demo alone. So you can see how busy we are. £43.16, $62.60. Those are those books and gifts there that we showed you just a few moments ago. You've got the gifts there, of course,
You want me to do the
and then the beautiful books included in there too, and then so many more different stamps in there as well, from the glorious florals to the flower bunches, and then the mandala pieces as well, which are just exceptional. You know, using like the stamps singularly, or then using them 4 times around to create these massive mandalas. 2/3 of the stock gone, fast approaching, heading towards 70%. So please go swiftly. Let me just give you time to check out your baskets. You'll miss nothing here because I'm going to be talking numbers over the course of the next couple of minutes. So. The All About the Bees bundle. The bee box sold out. The bee box is within the bundle. We are now at 75% of the stock gone. We're getting to that point now where I'm going to have to start pushing you and telling you, look, if you want to get it, you're going to have to hurry up. And I'd never like that point. Do not miss out. If you want to grab it, get it now, because these will sell out, guaranteed. £44 or $63.98, where you get everything that you're seeing right there within that collection. You've then got your starter bundle, the book 4 of your tile tangles and techniques. So you've got this amazing booklet, so many different projects in here, so much inspiration in there as well. Your step-by-step guide with 24 brand new tiles for you to be able to create in there. You also get, of course, with that 24 of your tiles, you're going to get that bee stencil set as well. And don't forget, you've got that die set in there as well, the ornate oval with the corners included too. £38 HE, $55.99. The stock, I mean, a minute ago, I think we were at 70% of the stock of this has now disappeared. Go swiftly. The tangle boards also proving very popular. As we've said, great, you know, as kind of functional pieces of equipment, but great then for you to be able to be doing your tangling on, to create your own pieces of artwork with on the board as well. And we are now at a third of the stock gone. Last time we called this about 10 minutes ago, we were at 20%. So that again, another 13% of the stock is gone. £12.79, $18.55. And last call on the hummingbird stencil with the booklet as well. Last call on this. We are limited. We're down to the final few chances for you to grab that. £13.59 or $19.71 if you're a platinum member. Don't forget, of course, as well, if you are brand new to us, if you're here because of Sandra, make sure you head to the website, sign up to Club Inspire. It's free to do, and we'll give you 20% off your first order today as well. We've got more to come with Sandra. We'll also come back and show some of your pictures, and now is a good point as well to get in anything else that you want to mention. Maybe you want to tell everyone else why you love Sanntangle. Maybe you've got a question that you want to ask as well. Get those questions and comments in over the course of the next couple of minutes, and we'll be back with the final 20 minutes of this 3-hour extravaganza after these messages.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Thank you for all the lovely comments. Well done if you checked out your basket, by the way. Stock levels are dwindling each and every time we come back to you. Love the Tower of Presents, says Nee Connie. Just fantastic, wasn't it, from the Tangly stamps. Mary Lee says, it's obvious that Sandra loves what she does. She just sparkles when she talks about tangling, and there is a glow around her that comes through even on the internet.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. Thank you.
Terry,
glitter.
Hey?
Well, it was just glitter.
Terry H says, hi everyone. Well, I've bought almost all of the Sanntangle products.
Oh, thank you.
Janet says, Janet Boyd, I've learned so much from Sandra. I'm adding to my Sanntangle stock.
Oh.
And Dana Glass, whose birthday is next week, I remember, says, order placed. Fingers crossed the hummingbird makes it in time for Mother's Day. It's my mother-in-law's favourite. Hey, you should get it by Mother's Day. I thought, when's Mother's Day in the US? May the 10th, I want to say. Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed. By the way, talking about the hummingbird, if that is your favourite, then you need to go very swiftly on that because we are down to low double figures as far as stock is concerned on that hummingbird. So if you are thinking about getting it, now would be a very good time to be able to get that into your basket. We're going to have a look at the hummingbird, I think, in just a few moments' time. But first up, we wanted to have a look at what you've been tangling. And I know Sandra is super excited to see these as well.
Absolutely.
So let's have a look, because I know loads of you sent in your pictures. Patty Redmond.
Oh, I love Disney.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. Look at that. I'm going to have to do a Disney one.
That is amazing, isn't it? So beautiful, so intricate. Patty, that is absolutely fantastic. Elizabeth Dick, let's have a look at yours.
Oh, look at that.
I love the detail.
Do you know, they're just lovely little pieces of artwork, aren't they? It's fabulous.
There's so much in that one particularly, this isn't a word, but 3D-ness going on in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the pencil and the tortillon action going on.
Yeah. Love that, Elizabeth. That is phenomenal. Karen Haywood, with a bit of colour on yours. That's like a dream catcher, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We did. You weren't here when we did the dream catcher, maybe, and we have done it. I have brought it to her.
Ah.
Yeah.
I want to say that I've not seen that. Maybe I missed you first time here, but
Really?
yeah, gorgeous. And Karen, are you joking me?
Oh, look at this.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Well, I think that was posted on the page. She's had the inspiration to actually and the confidence to have a go at doing something herself. So that's her work. That's her work. Yes.
Look at all of the different like tangles, if you like, within the actual piece itself. That is just unbelievable.
It's lovely, isn't it?
I mean, how long would a piece like that? Karen,
Depends how
let us know,
quick you
but-
tangle. I mean, I could probably do something like that. You're looking at half a day.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a weekend project. It depends how speedy you are, I suppose. But you just enjoy it, don't you? You don't worry about the time.
Mind is blown here, and we've got so many more to show you. And this gallery, by the way, we'll have a look at Lynn's, is just, again, shows you how much you guys love this, and shows you how many of you are now tangling, because...
Yeah, that was a
look at the
class.
pictures.
They came to class, I gave them a blank piece of paper and a curve.
Yeah.
And a few triangles. And that's what we created.
These are phenomenal.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Lynn.
Lynn's also done a bumblebee. Look at that.
And that's actually, that's the bee out of the bundle with book 4.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love the colours and everything works together. Thank you, Lynn. It's lovely.
And then you've got more from Lynn as well. So this is using the stamp from that stamp set, isn't it?
It's absolutely, yeah, that's the books there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm just looking at the names of the books.
Love the little spider on it.
Oh, yeah, a little spider dangling down. That is super cool. Golf tips by Tee Off. Just brilliant.
It's just lovely.
And then a name which I recognise because Sue's been chatting a lot with us on the socials today. Sue's staff create some home decor.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Each little piece, but each one's got a little story to tell.
Yeah.
As you put it together, they're just beautiful. See how using different colour tiles as well makes the difference.
And again, I think it shows you, doesn't it? And you've already got this in your mind, I'm sure already, but so many different ways to be able to use your tangles. And then Sue sent through another one of her designs here.
Yeah,
again,
beautiful. So you could do that with a hexagon frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gives you the shape and the little bit of structure to sort of get you going. It's lovely, isn't it?
So important as well. We've seen Sue's initials there. She's just dated that 19th of April 2022. And another one of Sue's here as well. Again, just adding a bit of colour.
Yeah, again, that's the dream catcher. But you see, you don't have to use the whole thing. You can just use a section of it. So the rose and the main sort of dream catcher bit, you don't have to do all of it.
Susan Moran sent us in a load. This one looks like almost like a sort of a watercolour background she's tangled
It does.
onto
We do
here.
ink our tiles quite a bit. I do love that one. And using that white chalk pencil to give the highlight. That is actually a Facebook video.
Okay.
So it's between, I think, 218, 225, something like that.
You'll have to let us know, by the way. I know a lot of people do know already where to find you on social.
Yeah. If you're looking for videos like that, it's Sandra Rushton Artist.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a bit of inspiration of what other people do, there's a group page called Sanntangle. Yeah.
Here's Susan's second. I'm so glad that we've taken time to do this.
Oh, look at that. That was another video that you can have a look at. And it's a book to come.
Do you know what as well? I love the fact we've got Becky's come back into the studio to have a look at these. You guys are loving the picture gallery. This one, Susan, I think is my favourite. How cool is that?
Yeah, and that, you can draw that using the bee stencil that I used at the...
that was me on holiday. Laid back.
Fantastic, thank you, Susan.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. By the way, if you want to send in any more pictures, please do. We'll show any more that we've got potentially later on. Carlotta just saying, what beautiful artwork. Carrie says, I love Sanntangle.
I've to up my game, I think.
Eh?
I'm going to have to up my game.
Yeah. Well,
watch it.
This must be brilliant for you, though, as well.
I love seeing it. I really do love seeing what you've done with it. It really inspires me, actually, to sort of keep going.
Yeah.
You know, it's lovely.
Carrie just says, I love Sanntangle. I'll always take some paper and pencils on vacation, so when I have some time, I can still be creative. Carlotta's saying, now I can't wait to get my order. Mary Pat says, I'm set with my bees and hummingbirds. Woo-hoo. And Carlotta says, I bought the bees, hummingbird stamps and the board. I plan to sit on my deck and tangle all summer. A lot of you, and we need to get on with this because we've only got 10 minutes, so shush Ben, are saying, will Sandra be demoing the hummingbird? So we're going to do that now. We're going to do that now. I tell you what, let's get Sandra going, shall we, with the demonstration, and then I'll gather all of the bits and pieces together for the demo of the show. So hummingbird, last chance saloon on this, by the way, because we've got low double figures.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, got the stencil. I've got my numbers in there to make sure that once we're doing the instructions, you can see where the numbers are coming from. On your piece here, I've given you different ways to draw birds because there's more than one way. You can draw it sort of this way. You've got different shapes to do it. And then I've showed you how you can shade the versions. I give you 3 versions there. You've then got how to draw the flowers. I know we asked about that a little bit earlier. I'll get to that. And then we've got here how to sort of draw a frame. You've got a lovely teardrop frame that comes with this. And then how to put it all together. So what I want to do is I want to show you how to draw this bird. Yeah. Because I know we look at it and think, I'll never draw a bird. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Now you look at some of these, you think they're not circles? They're not supposed to be. They're hand-drawn wobbly shapes that are going to give you that realistic sort of bird shape. Okay, there's our first shape. That is number 11. I'm then going to bring in, let's have a look, shape number 8. And again, these are all on instructions, so don't think, oh my goodness, how am I going to remember this? Here we go, number 8. Don't have to, okay? Now I've got a line here, number 3. I'm going to put that line in. It gives me a little bit of an indication on how big I want this beak to be, okay? Just a little line, bless it. And then let's have a look. We've got number 5 here. This is going to be my tail. And you notice that I'm actually overlapping these shapes, which is why I'm using a pencil. Yeah. So I can decide the angles and the things of these birds. So I've got different wings. I've got wing shapes here. I'm going to use number 12. See, and let's sort of put it sort of here, okay? And then I'm going to angle it slightly and I'm going to put one in here. Okay? So that looks sort of like a bird, but not much.
Yeah, general outline.
It's sort of a general idea. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this shape and I'm going to create the beak. So I'm going to go around, come really narrow at the bottom there, see? And then come on in and back round. So there's the head-ish. Going to bring it round here, and then when I've got these two joining, I'm going to create a little curve and take it over there. Then I'm going to put the wing in. Now I'm not going to draw the wing exactly as it is. I'm going to give myself the top shape here, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of detail. So if I bring my pencil in, I'm just going to sort of split it there, and I do the same with that wing. So let's draw the top of that wing in as well. And then on this line here, if I actually come in and I'm going to create, let's have a look, a little bit of a curvy line, you see? Another curvy line, another curvy line, another curvy line. So I'm using the lines or the sort of the stencil shape that I've got as a bit of a grid, just giving me a bit of that construction line almost. So let's do something similar here, look. Working within the shape, but I'm bringing in little curves. And the same here, bringing it in, little curves. Okay? And then I can work my way down and along the body shape here. And of course we need something to work in with these little shapes. So again, let's do little wobbles. You see, I'm just bringing little curves in at the bottom there. Bring it up to the body. I'm going to go round and back up. I want some little legs. Remember we did the bee's legs, little sticks? Let's put a little triangle on. A triangle on, let's give it some little legs. And then here, let's do a little curve and then a little line. Now this, look, if I'm actually showing you the instructions, here we go, look, you see? So it wants a little bit of a bobble there. Let's fill that in. And then see here, I've put a line underneath. Okay, wants a couple of little sort of lines around the eye. And then let's just bring up a little bit around by the beak. And then of course body-wise, let's just put a couple of little crosses in there, almost like a little bit of a grid. Now I've done this very quickly so you can see how it works.
Of course.
You would perhaps take your time. Maybe you'd want to do all of this in pencil to start with. If I now rub that out, there's your bird.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
So clever.
Okay, so if I again show you quickly how to do one of the flowers, because I know that was a question that was asked a bit earlier.
Oh yes, it was from Eva.
So here we go, a little flower. So I've got two shapes here. Let's go in with this one. Okay, draw a circle. All right. I'm going to come in with a little line. Doesn't matter where you do that. I've got 5 little prongs. Okay.
Do you mind, just before you carry on, really quickly, should we get the vote for the demo of the show going?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you got your makes there?
Oh, yeah.
Quickly, I'll show you the two.
Here. Yeah.
I'll show you two very quickly. So number one, we'll call this number one. This is Michelle's card that she made with the reveal wheel. So that is number one. Number two is the lovely Becky's bag, which she made on softer side a little bit earlier on. And then your make, Sandra. So number three.
Number 3 was the bee that we watercoloured.
Yep.
So here we go. And number...
Oh, George is just getting the zoom in.
I'm
Here he comes,
I'm not moving. There we go.
Number 3 for the bee.
And then number 4 was the presents.
Cool. 1, 2, 3 or 4 get voting now. You've got a couple of minutes to get that vote in. Back to you, Sandra.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm coming straight in with pen now. And again, following instructions that we've sort of got here. I'm going to start actually by putting in this sort of little, sort of a loop. There we go. And I'm going to put some bubbles on the end. There we go. Just sort of all different sizes. There we go. And just sort of like working it out there. Okay. And then here, if I just bring out those lines. Now, if you've got a bit of a wobbly edge on your hand, this is great for this.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to do within this shape, I'm going to create a wobbly line, bringing it round, back in, and then in. And then same again, wobbly line. And then back in. See, I'm giving it a bit of a kink at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Back in. Kink. Round. And in. And again. Wobbly line. Round and in. Now you could put a little bit of a wobble there. It looks like the petals folded over.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in.
So clever.
Bit of a kink. And then back in. And round. Okay, and we could do a little flower. Okay, so there's your little flower. Now I'm just going to bring this in quickly because of course it's not fully finished, but here's my bird and my flowers and my hexagon frame.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So of course there's quite a bit more to sort of do on this, and this is where the instructions come in. Do you notice the papers? Just that I'm bragging because I got the 12 by 12 hummingbird papers. So I've actually got hummingbirds, look, in there. Just saying. Just saying. So you see here I've got how to do different leaves, how to sort of put things together, and all these little sort of like patterns on how you can add to it. So what I would be doing on this is coming on in and drawing straight onto the paper. So if we look, I mean, this petals are stencils, so let's come in and do maybe a little bit of a loop here. Let's come in and draw on little loops either side. So you see, it's got a little bit of a way to go, this one, but you can sort of see where it's starting, and I will actually get it finished and post it, so
brilliant.
You can see how it's done. Might not be today.
Quick question, I know we've got about 50 seconds left.
Yeah.
Caroline Hanley says, which set/stencil would you recommend for someone who's never done it before and wants to have a go?
I'd pick one that you like.
Yeah.
Just pick one that you like. Don't think, will I do it, won't I? Pick it and have a go at it, because if you like it, you're more entitled. You probably more tries to actually work with it a bit longer,
Yeah.
and have a go. Just get a piece of paper and just a pencil, have a go. But pick one that you think, yeah, I like the look of that. So many of them. So
thank you so much. We are out of time. We are out of time. Two quick things to wrap on. The demo of the show is number 3, the bee.
Oh, the bee! Oh, okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And thank you to Joanne, who says, this is Joanne, who says she couldn't draw a stick man. I've just given in. I've ordered the hummingbird stencil, gift stamp, and the Sanntangle
Oh,
pens.
do you know, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see
absolutely.
how you get on.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We'll see you
Thank
back
you,
in
Ben.
a couple of hours
Yeah.
with whatever's left.
What was that?
In the meantime, get those questions in, get your baskets checked out. And by the way, if you did send us in any pictures that we haven't shown, we will try our very best to show those in the later show, which will be masterclass, all about intricate folding, isn't it, with the lovely Michelle. That's coming your way in an hour's time. Massive thank you to Becky as well, of course, the softer side a little bit earlier on. And we will be back with you in, about an hour. Boy, oh boy, it's busy today. See you then.